is beginning now. Yo, 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 and hello, and welcome to the 216th episode of Game Speak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. This show is two childhood BFFs and a brand new BFF bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Jafra, alongside Brent Bicentennial Bass. Have I done that one yet? Have we gone there?
That's a new original idea.
Well, yeah, thank you.
Keep them coming. You keep it fresh.
It's all off the dome, too. I don't have much time to think about it except for an entire week, and I don't.
You have to start taking to a dictionary to look up adjectives.
Yeah. Speaking of dictionaries, we got Devon the Dictionary Mayor.
I like that, yeah. He's got a lot of words in him.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. I'll take
a lot. At least a lot.
One dictionary worth.
But
what was it, SAT words back in high school?
I don't know what that means. No, I'm just kidding. No, SATs were not a fun thing to prep for.
Yeah, I did no prepping. I just went and did it.
How'd you do on that? Let's throw ourselves under the bus right now.
Ooh. I did pretty good on the math part of the SAT, but
what?
Yeah, weirdly enough.
That's crazy.
Because math wasn't my strong suit in high school, but I don't know. I think I did bad on math in high school because I would always just do it in my head, and the teachers would be like, "You have to show your work." They'd think I was cheating and stuff, you know.
And I mean, to their defense, or I was cheating the whole time. No, that's good, man, that you were good at math. I'm really bad at math.
I don't feel like I'm good at math, but the SAT particularly, I did better on math than my other portions, which I feel like it's kind of a shame because I like to think I would have done better at writing or something, but no.
Yeah.
It was math.
That's how Brent got into Harvard, actually. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually didn't take the SAT. I took the ACT.
Oh. I took that too.
My ass got put in remedial college math because of it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It was, I did the wrong one.
You should have did the SAT too, just to see if you did better on that one.
Scores.
Well, you can kind of pick which one you did better on, just submit that score,
Well, yeah, I was always told the SAT was more writing heavy, so I was like, oh, I'm going to go with the science and math one. That was a terrible fucking choice.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should have gone with the science and math one. Oh, well.
I basically went to remedial college, which was Lone Star.
Yeah, I went to Blinn for a year, and
Hey, no shame in Lone Star. Lone Star saved my
I'm not hating.
But
I'm
lots of shame in Blinn.
Lots of shame, yeah. It is the remedial college, though.
Blindergarten.
Yeah, Blindergarten.
It is what it is,
Yeah, so what you boys been up to this week? Hold on. Wait, I got to bring this up for the third time. Brent, have you watched Invincible yet?
No, I haven't.
God damn it.
I'm about to unsubscribe to HBO Max and subscribe to Amazon Prime in its stead.
Okay, so next week we will talk about Invincible.
I get paid at 6 a.m. today or tomorrow. I'm sorry. The next 6 a.m. that comes. I get paid
the next 6 a.m.
And I will unsubscribe to HBO, and I will purchase Amazon, and balance will restore in the universe.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You're going to like it a lot. You're gonna binge the fuck out of it really fast.
I'm excited. I need something to binge, and honestly, there's not anything that's really interesting me on HBO. I watched Tenet and I watched Mortal Kombat, and those are the two movies I really wanted to watch.
How was Tenet?
It was kind of boring. It was honestly like my least favorite
Wow.
Christopher Nolan movie I've seen.
Did you see it, Jamal?
No, I've heard so much about it being boring that I just didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, and it gets kind of like, I don't know if convoluted is the right word.
Yeah,
like,
it was convoluted.
it tries
It would
to
try
be-
too hard to do the
yeah,
Inception thing. Like, it just wasn't good like Inception. And what's that other movie he made that was so good?
Memento?
No, he did Memento.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Well, that was a good ass movie. I'm talking about the one where Matthew McConaughey goes to space.
Oh, Interstellar.
Interstellar, yeah. It's like after seeing Interstellar, I expect, and like the Batman movies and shit, I just expect more from Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, it was
personally. You know what I
Memento
mean?
was Christopher Nolan.
Wow. So he just makes great movies, and I
Yeah.
just feel like this wasn't quite on par with some of his other work. You know what I mean?
It wasn't terrible.
No,
by
it
any
wasn't
means.
terrible.
Yeah, but it
It
wasn't
wasn't-
it wasn't up there.
yeah, it wasn't like excellent. Like,
But then, I mean, those are pretty high expectations.
Yeah.
but you set that bar for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
gotta-
I'm sorry.
You either
should,
got to
like-
hit that bar or you got to stop making movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have
dude.
let out some shitty ones beforehand.
he needs some kind of editor that's like, yo.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was okay. It just didn't check all the boxes for me somehow. I feel like the acting was a little stale and like the plot was convoluted, like he was saying, and I don't know.
I feel like
There were parts I liked. There were things I liked about the movie a lot. Like I didn't hate it by any means. I just give it like a 8 out of 10 or like a 7.5 out of 10 or something.
I feel like Christopher Nolan movies, like he kind of goes at them in a way of like a video game developer, and that he chooses one mechanic and he makes it the whole game or like the
Yeah,
whole movie. It's like, all right, this one, it's like time manipulation. And he's like, this one, it's like dream manipulation.
You know
like,
what this movie reminded me of? It was like that movie where they curved the bullets.
Wanted.
Wanted. It reminded me a lot of Wanted, but with like a more confusing story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Nobody ever asked for Wanted 2. Yeah. At least I don't think so.
I think I'm alone, and I enjoyed Wanted.
I liked
the first
Wanted. I'm not saying I didn't like Wanted. You know, I'm just saying that's what the kind of vibes I was getting from Tenet. You know what I mean?
I feel like Wanted was like a watered down
class
Matrix.
That used this like a bit,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
It's just like, yeah, it was like, man, I wish I would have made the Matrix. And it's like, well, we can make the Walmart version and call it Wanted, and we'll just bend bullets. Like he was even like the guy that was just like, man, I hate working here, you know. And it's just like,
and then he busts into a whole nother
a whole
reality of
world.
living,
Like,
yeah.
but it was all right. It was all right. Nothing's as bad as Jumper. No, just kidding.
Damn, I like that one too.
just had to throw that out there
I
for
just like
AJ.
bad movies, I guess.
No, no, but what'd you watch? What'd you do this week, Devon? You do anything?
Well, I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, you've been
didn't-
gone.
I didn't do a whole lot, but I had to like take some notes down just to. I possibly broke my wrist.
Nice.
Oh,
I
God.
don't.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. How'd you do that?
Saving a child. I pushed them out of the way of a truck, and I got no.
I was like,
I was
damn,
like,
bro.
yeah, that's
No,
pretty
no,
sweet.
It's like
wish
your
I-
origin story.
No, I wish it was that cool. It's just skateboarding.
Oh, okay.
A lot of my friends are having baby showers this week, or like these.
Yeah,
next
everybody's
couple of
having
weeks.
kids right now.
Everybody's having kids, man. That's
Welcome
one,
to your
like,
late
Some
20s.
COVID babies. No, I'm just they're starting to come.
A guy tried to fight me in Subway.
Why?
What?
He was tweaking. Like,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
he,
okay.
like I was like.
I thought you
halfway-
were just like,
You just walk up and slap his sandwich on the
Yeah.
ground. And like,
No, I was.
hey,
Saying,
bitch, your sandwich looks lame as fuck. He's just like,
No, I was like halfway through the Subway line. There was nobody behind me, and the dude just put my sandwich in the toaster. And usually they go to making the next sandwich while
Yeah.
they're waiting on it to toast, right?
Mhm.
And this guy comes up and stands uncomfortably close, directly behind me, halfway down the Subway line. I'm like, "Hey, man, like you getting a sandwich?" And he's like, "What?" I was like, "Oh," I was like, "He can make your sandwich." And like before I could even finish that, he was like, "Well, don't you think they're a little busy?" And then it just escalated into a whole thing. And
dude, well, don't you
Subway-
think they're busy?
yeah, I was like, I was like, I turned around, I was like, dang, man, I was just trying to help. And then he mumbles something, and I'm like, all right, he's already being a dick, but this is. And I turned around, I was like, did you say something? He's like, what? No. And he's like, wide-eyed, like, just like damn near shaking. And I was like, no. I was like, you said something. I was like, what'd you say? He's like, you got a fucking problem. I was like, whoa. And before I could say anything back, Subway manager reaches over. He's like, hey. He's like, don't talk to my fucking customers like that, this and that. And he turns to him, he's like, shut up and make that fucking sandwich, bitch. And I was like, oh no, like what?
Oh my god.
This is awesome.
You said that to the Subway employee?
Yeah, and he's like, get the fuck out of my restaurant. And he's like, this isn't your restaurant. He's like, I'm the manager here. And then
then a guy runs in with a chair and just breaks it over Devon's head, like just a
Vince
random guy.
McMahon starts like freaking out, just fucking.
So tweaking guy, like he's like, I'll beat your ass, and he's like, and then so Subway manager's had enough, rips his mask off, goes to come around to the front.
Oh damn!
Oh my
At this
God.
point, tweaking guy has already made his way to the door because
He's about to throw hams,
it's me
dude.
and a new service rep that I'm training, but he saw all this go down. He's already has a sandwich sitting down eating. But he's already put his sandwich down. He's like ready to like help me out if I need it. And if tweaking guy goes, but he realizes like it's just us in the restaurant at this point too. There's no other people. And he gets to the door and he's like, the Subway manager comes around. I'm like, whoa, dude, like calm down. Like I was like, this idiot is not worth your job. Like it's fine. And the whole time he's like yelling at the door. I wish you'd come out here, fat ass. I'll beat your ass. And we turn around like, dude, like get the fuck out of here. Like what are you doing in a Subway right now?
But did he get a sandwich though?
No, fuck no.
Wow. What a waste, man.
So, yeah.
It's like if you're gonna fight, at least get a sandwich. Like
And
I
then
just want to know why the sandwich artist got yelled at. What did he do? You
he was
know?
defending me. He was like, hey, he's like, he yelled at the tweaker guy, like, don't fucking talk to my customers like that.
Oh,
okay.
because he wasn't a
I thought the
customer.
manager said that too. I thought the manager came out and said,
Yeah.
don't fucking talk to my customer like that. And then he just turned and started going off on the sandwich guy for no reason.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, the sandwich guy sounds like he just kind of got blasted for no reason.
No, the Subway manager, like, had my back 100%, like, was about to fight this dude. I was
Wow.
like,
What a ride or die Subway manager.
Yeah.
You know,
he's
they
like,
have
these
my
are my
business."
customers. He wakes up in the morning and just like looks in the mirror and he's like, no one gets hurt on
But-
my watch.
Yeah, dude was for sure tweaking, though. Like, was already 200%. Like, the first word I said to him, like, yeah, I don't know, tomball.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then the following day, we went out in downtown Houston celebrating my buddy graduating the fire academy, and
Nice.
we had and some of his buddies that were with him, and we had a big group at this bar called Pitch 25, and had a 40-year-old going through his midlife crisis come up and try to fight one of our buddies just out of nowhere.
What is it with you and getting just like attacked?
It was the week. Like last week, there was something in the air, or like maybe one of the planets were aligned just right. Like people were just off kilter. And but no, that's not even the weirdest part. He started yelling out of nowhere about his followers. He's like, I'm 40 years old and I got more followers than all y'all. And we're like,
Wow,
what
bro.
are you even talking about?
Should have been like, you want to like do a collab or something?
Yeah, be like, we can interview you.
Yeah, you want to come on the podcast? Like, and then, and I quote, said, beer pong me, bro, as his buddy is like taking him out the door because the staff is at this point kicking him out.
Wait,
And,
did you challenge him to beer pong?
no, nobody said anything about beer pong
Oh.
or social media. Nobody
Wait,
said
you
anything.
just said you and I quote.
No, he said. and I
Oh,
quote-
okay, he said.
Sorry,
that.
he said, and I quote, beer pong me, bro, as he's getting
Oh.
dragged out, and then screamed repeatedly, Google me. Never said his name.
Yeah, how do you
Never said-
Google say beer pong guy? It's
Uh,
like,
I wish we could Google him right now.
yeah,
dude.
what if he's like
Like somebody super famous.
yeah, super huge. What if it was Shroud, dude? No,
Dude, he was like a 40-year-old out of shape going through his midlife crisis. It was sad.
well,
He might have been good at beer pong though.
yeah, even at his 40-year like downtrodden life
Yeah, that's the
level
one
that he's
thing-
at, he's got more followers than us though. You should have been like, it's not hard, bro. We don't have that many. So
Well, that's the thing. Like, we were like, nobody, first of all, nobody talked to this guy. Nobody said anything about social media, like all of this stuff. And he was just spouting off about it. Like,
Wow.
it was honestly sad.
yeah,
Well, it sounds like you've had a much more exciting week than I've had.
yeah, for sure.
And then,
Same here. Like,
yeah,
Like-
no, yeah, that was the kind of the highlights of the just weird shit that happened.
Wow. That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
what about you, Brent? You getting any tussles lately?
No, man. Like since last show, right? I had like a stretch where I had like 3 days off, and I was just chilling super hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I worked like fucking I had 4 days off in a row. It was fucking sick. It was like incredibly chill. and then I work. Or no, it was 3 days. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. All my days are just blended together. But I played hella video games and I hung out. And then I worked fucking 3 back-to-back 14-hour shifts.
Dang.
And fucking I would just come home and go to sleep and wake up and go to work off of 4 hours of sleep over and over. But it was because it was graduation or something.
Oh man.
And anyways, I'm fucking made a lot of money, made a lot of overtime and shit. But the last half of my week has just been chaos. And then this morning, I finally got to just sleep in as long as I wanted to, and I don't know, I just feel totally rejuvenated today. You know what I'm saying? I'm
That's
excited.
the best when you're dragged out on a week and you're not getting the sleep that you're supposed to.
Yeah.
And then you finally get to catch up on all of it. It's the
It
best
feels
feeling.
so good. And then my schedule goes back to normal now, so I'm working, we usually aren't even open in the morning, but because of graduation, they were just opening up early the past few days. Anyways, I
was on the grind.
Yeah, so I'm glad we're going back to the normal schedule because that was getting a little chaotic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Nice.
Surprised Sam Houston didn't do the online graduation.
Fucking A, I wish they would have.
Would have kept a lot more people out.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you guys ready to jump into the news?
Yeah.
The video game news.
Let's get it.
All right, just so you guys know, we are using video game news articles from video game news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're just bringing them all here to throw in your face so you don't have to go look for it yourself, you lazy people. Julia Alexander at IGN says Warner Media and Discovery are joining forces in a $43 billion deal that executives hope will make their new offering more powerful than Disney and Netflix combined. The basic idea is that Discovery, one of the largest cable conglomerates in the world, will combine its content with Warner Media, another massive entertainment company. It makes a lot of strategic sense on the surface. Discovery hyper specializes in unscripted programming. TLC, Food Network, Investigation Discovery, HGTV, and Warner Media has a treasure trove of IP, including DC, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, plus news like CNN and sports like TNT. Combined, it's a very powerful offering. For DC fans reading, yes, it's a new world where King Shark could host Shark Week. That said, there are still so many aspects to this deal that we don't know. DC's IP is extremely important to Discovery, as noted by CEO David Zaslav on a call with journalists this morning, as he specifically called out Batman and Superman. If leadership changes, what might happen to DC's slate? Does Zaslav, as the company's new leader, want to continue investing in Warner Bros. Interactive, a video game publisher? So here's the answer to that. This one is a little more confusing. AT&T told IGN that part of Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment, which is like their game development team, will be sold off, but not all. Warner Brothers Entertainment Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment lists 11 different game studios. This includes everything from Warner Bros. Games to NetherRealm Studios with Mortal Kombat. There's a good chance that a lot of those will continue, especially if they bleed into Warner Bros.'s top IP. Other studios might not work on games with one-to-one ties to Warner Media IP. For example, TT Games works mostly on Lego games. Warner Media doesn't have close ties with Lego Universal. Universal does. If you're looking to sell some studios, I imagine you start there. So basically, this might cause some issues with the Suicide Squad game that was coming. Notice that.
What about the Harry Potter game? What
Well,
does this mean exactly?
Well, they said the large IPs would be fine. So I would assume the studio doing the Harry Potter game is going to be.
Suicide Squad's a pretty large IP.
Yeah,
but didn't it get delayed? So there was we haven't seen a lot about any of these games.
I thought Warner Brothers was doing the other Batman IP, not the. I thought Rocksteady was doing Suicide Squad.
Oh, you're right. You're
and
right.
Warner Brothers was doing the other one.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was called.
And Ubisoft's doing the Harry Potter game. But
wait, really? Nuh-uh.
No,
Warner Brothers is doing Harry Potter.
I thought it was Ubisoft.
No, it's Warner Brothers Games.
Oh, okay.
Although I bet Ubisoft would kill that shit. But
yeah. So
literally.
wait.
No, I got love for Ubisoft, but sometimes they fuck.
They're a Dava Kadava that shit.
But yeah, so like the Lego game. Remember we talked about the Lego game being delayed indefinitely, like 2 or 3 weeks ago. You know, so like I think this is going to affect a lot of stuff. Hopefully not the Harry Potter game. That's something I really want to play. So
That's weird. Weird move on their part.
well, I mean, they want to make money.
Business, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like from coming at it from a streaming, like one streaming service with HBO Max and all the Discovery shit, like that's a contender. I mean,
what has Discovery got though?
well, so
like
all the channels that he listed off. I mean, that's
like
one thing
HGTV
HBO
and
Max
stuff.
was really missing was like a lot of documentaries and stuff, and like real TV and shit like that. And so with Discovery joining HBO Max, that's gonna fill a big chunk that was missing from them.
Yeah. It's just that, like I feel like WarnerBros Media is bringing all the fire, and then Discovery is just like, we got like Shark Week.
Wait,
Yeah.
Warner Bros. Owns HBO?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's why all the Warner Brothers movies come straight to HBO Max.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah. And when they asked him, like, is HBO Max going to go away or is Discovery Plus going to go away? He said, not right now. So I think HBO Max will go away at some point and will become a new thing again. Because before HBO Max, it was HBO Go. And then it became HBO Max. Now it's going to be like HBO Discovery.
It's just gonna turn into cable.
Why wouldn't you just leave it HBO Max and like just
Incorporate
shows,
Discovery.
Into it?
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on.
Because they're gonna want their representation.
Yeah,
'Cause
Discovery wants it because they
isn't
just
Warner-
joined. It's not like they bought
Yeah.
them. They just like somehow made a deal where they're like, we're basically the same company now, but we want Discovery to be a thing still.
Well, we'll have to see how all that pans out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Among the numerous projects that Xbox Game Studios has in the works right now is a new IP that is yet to be announced. Xbox's Ben Decker told Games Radar that this new game will, quote, blow your mind when it's announced. He didn't share or tease anything further about the game, so we can only guess and speculate as to what it might be. One possibility is that it's the new IP from Hitman developer IO Interactive, which is said to be an Xbox exclusive Dragon Fantasy game. Another possibility is that it's the rumored new IP in the works at Coalition Studios from the Gears of War people. Microsoft operates 23 studios across Xbox and Bethesda, so it's possible that the new IP that Decker is talking about is from a different studio. But yeah, this is kind of a blanket statement. They go on and give direct quotes, but basically he's just saying, like, they got something in the pipe that's going to blow your mind, which I kind of already expected. Like, if you don't have something in the works that's going to blow my mind, like, there's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, you got 23 studios. At least one of those studios needs to be working on some kind of mind-blowing thing. You know what I mean?
They're like, we forgot. We're not working on a mind-blowing game.
Like, they need to have at least 3 or 4 things ready to blow our minds in, like, the near future. You know?
But
like,
I mean, like, any game you're developing, shouldn't you have good opinions of it?
I'm just saying, by, like, this time next year, we need to start seeing games come out, like for next gen on Xbox, like for Game Pass and shit. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Is that part of the thing where the guy accidentally like talked about Fallout, like them working on a Fallout game?
Yeah, he said.
If you already read it, then like you're good. I just like didn't hear that part. If you did say it, so.
Actually, it's not in this article, but it is the same interview, I think.
Yeah, he like basically they asked him like what games were coming from Xbox Studios and stuff, and he's like we got lots of great titles. Like he said something like Forza, Halo, a new Fallout, and or he didn't say a new Fallout. He said games like Fallout, and so. We haven't seen a new Fallout since Fallout 76, right?
Yeah,
So
I don't know if it's the same article or not, but they confirmed that Starfield is going to be an Xbox exclusive, which is pretty hardcore.
I guess we're just getting all that Xbox stuff in one go.
Yeah, well,
might as well.
Since we're talking about it, Starfield reportedly confirmed as exclusive to Xbox and PC.
Noise.
That's like the first like big one that's been confirmed, right? Since the yeah.
Well, the first Bethesda game to be confirmed
big,
as exclusive, which I personally think every Bethesda game going forward is going to be exclusive. They didn't pay all that money to be just giving it over to PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? It's $7.5 billion, bro. They ain't sharing that shit.
I think maybe the exceptions would be like maybe like the Doom games or something, or Wolfenstein, where they feel like they could make more money on like Switch and stuff. You know what I mean?
That I could see, like the lesser or the less popular ones, or like the more niche ones, like
because you could still put those Game Pass
Dishonored.
Day One and have a better value on Xbox. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I think, but the big stuff like Elder Scrolls and Fallout, like you're only gonna get on Xbox now and PC, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
If that shit ever comes out, it's gonna be fucking nuts.
Wait, what?
Any of those games.
If it ever comes out.
Ever get here.
Yeah, dude.
This is true.
I mean, if they're working on a new Fallout, like, I mean, the guy basically said it. So, like, I want to know what that could possibly even look like.
If they're working on a new Fallout, it's got to be from the fucking Bethesda Game Studios team. And we know for a fact
that's not true, because it could be Obsidian. It could be.
It could be, but like I don't think they're gonna outsource again. They've said that they don't want to outsource again.
Yeah, but they're working on Starfield right now
and
Elder Scrolls.
They're working on Starfield and Elder Scrolls. They don't have time for fucking
and
Fallout
it's
right
not
now.
technically outsourcing anymore because they're under the Microsoft umbrella. Like all of them are. So
I guess so. I mean, if they gave the executive order to find somebody to do it, but
I don't even think that's what they would do. I think they'd be like, hey guys, since you're busy with Starfield and whatnot. Everybody loved New Vegas. Why don't we let Obsidian work on just like a mid-tier, like
that would play in perfectly with
just like in the
minus 76, but like the last official Fallout that we got was 4.
I just don't see it happening again. That's just my opinion. I don't think Bethesda's going to go that route. I don't think they're going to let another Fallout game come out that's not from Bethesda Game Studios. I really think that, but that's just I could be wrong.
We'll see. We'll see. Another bet is in the fucking in the folds. I'm gonna say a mod pizza. I will give you a mod pizza if you are correct.
The problem is there's on my end, there's no way for that bet to end. Just one day.
No, because if
has
one
to
day
be
they're
an
like
expiration date for this. You know what I mean?
No, because when the next Fallout is announced, if it's being made by Bethesda and not by Obsidian, then you won. That's all it is. It's like who's working on it. I personally think the next Fallout game that they announce will be worked on by Obsidian.
I mean, they just acquired them.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
And not only is Obsidian there's people from the other team that worked with Obsidian on New Vegas that is owned by Xbox as well.
I think it's more likely that Obsidian will make Outer Wilds 2 before they make or Outer World or whatever that game was before they make fucking Fallout whatever,
You
I
crazy.
just don't think it's gonna happen.
Ain't nobody want that game. It was basically them being like, hey, I know we can't make a Fallout game, but here you go. Here's a Walmart, version of Fallout, Fallout New Vegas. And then they acquired Bethesda. Now they're like, bro.
No, they didn't acquire Bethesda. Microsoft acquired Obsidian and Bethesda.
Obsidian was acquired way before Bethesda. I'm saying then Microsoft acquired Bethesda after that game had already came out.
I'm just saying, man.
For a while.
I don't see this happening. I don't think it's
Get your hopes up. Get your hopes up because it's coming, boys.
All right.
I can feel it.
I'm with Jamal on this one. I mean, it makes the most sense.
I feel it in the air. They got fucking Phil Spencer deciding things. Phil Spencer knows what to do, bro. Phil Spencer knows the people. He knows what we want.
They also said they're going to let fucking Bethesda have complete creative control over all their IPs and stuff.
Yeah, but they're cool with him. They're cool with Phil. If Phil Spencer came in and was like, hey boys, check this out. Just think about it. Just think about it. You know what I'm saying?
We'll
just think about it.
See. I don't think there's
They look over at his leather jacket and they're just like, God damn, he's cool. They're like, yeah, this is
How
going.
does he do it?
Yeah, whatever you want, Phil, baby. We're gonna do this. And it's gonna. That's Todd Howard talking to Phil Spencer. He called him baby. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see who's eating a mod pizza. You know what I'm saying?
All right, but okay. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna be eating that mod pizza.
All right. Rebecca Valentine at IG. Wait, did you go yet?
I said Starfield. That was my article. Yeah.
Rebecca Valentine at IGN says, despite the closure of its internal game development studio, the departure of its head of product, and an ongoing dearth of big new games, Google says that Stadia is
Dearth?
doing fine.
It's a new adjective to me. I don't
Yeah, I just learned a new word today.
Dearth.
A dearth of big new games.
I've got a whole dearth of them shit.
I feel like they just made that up.
baby.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to Google.
It's not. There's not a red line under it. I mean,
From the
it's
ashes
a real word.
to the death.
But so Google claims that Stadia is doing fine. In an interview with GameIndustry.biz, developer marketing lead Nate Ahern said that Google Stadia is, quote, alive and well.
So,
it's not. But anyways, okay, Ahern cited.
Just to educate the masses real quick, dearth, a scarcity or lack of something.
Oh.
This is a new, completely
I
new
thought a
adjective.
dearth would be a lot of.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would-
me too, me too.
With earth being in it.
Because
like-
I'm thinking girth, so it's like the opposite of. It's like the anti-girth.
It's like
Dearth.
you ain't got girth,
Dearth.
you got dearth, bro. Hi, I'm Darth Vader. Like, just lacking. No, but okay. So it says, in an interview, developer marketing lead Nate Ahern said that Google Stadia is alive and well. Ahern cited, quote, over 100 new games launching on Stadia in 2021, end quote. Growth of its Stadia Makers program and publisher partnerships as indicators of the service's health. The Stadia spokesperson offered little in the way of comment on a series of departures at the company that have included Stadia head of product John Justice and Stadia Games lead Jade Raymond, who left when Google shut down its internal Stadia game studios earlier this year to form a new studio, Haven, which is working on a new IP for PlayStation. 6 Google Stadia staff have left since to join her. Google Stadia launched in late, blah, blah, blah. We all know what happened to Google Stadia. I just think it's funny that this guy is just like, yeah, it's doing good. You know,
Yeah,
we're doing all right, bro.
Well, he's probably
Thanks.
just seeing like the revenue from games like Cyberpunk and stuff like that. A lot of people played Cyberpunk on Stadia
Yeah.
because it was one of the more stable ways to
To
play
play
the
it,
game.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of the modern big titles like Resident Evil 8 are probably pulling in a lot of money for Stadia right now. So he's probably looking at spreadsheets and seeing numbers and thinking, okay, this isn't so bad. You know, we're making money here, you know? But, like, I don't think it kind of reminds me of that meme where the dog's sitting in the room drinking coffee.
It's
in the
fine.
It's fine.
Everything's
fine.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
took it. Yeah. So
we
you know-
literally have fire in the background.
Yeah. It's like you see people leaving out the back door, like as he's talking to the camera, like
But
like
see, that's the thing.
taking their box.
I think they realize over there they don't need all that shit. They don't need like exclusive games and shit. They just need an easy
A software
access way for people to get games.
or not
like,
software, a service.
Yeah, a
Think of
service.
service.
It's
Yeah.
a service. They don't need all that extra bullshit.
Just
And
functionality.
yeah,
No, it's true. It's
I
true.
think Stadia will be around for at least a little while longer, as long as there's a market for cloud gaming. You know, like
Hey, that's one of my bets I'm sticking to. It'll be gone by the end of the year. And
Was
so
that a bet?
yeah, that was one of my
Yeah,
bets.
mhm.
So but yeah, Brent
yes, it is me. Let's see.
Brenticus Bassicus.
The PS5's first new DualSense controller colors have been announced.
Oh wow.
Joining the original white version that launched with the console last November, the colors include both Midnight Black and Cosmic Red.
You'd think the cosmic black it would be cosmic black and then like something different for red, like
yeah, you'd think so, right?
Yeah.
Like blazing red. Or
yeah,
something.
like something like that.
Super
Red
Nova
Dead Red.
They look really fucking dope. They're expensive. The red one is $75 and the black one is $70.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure they'll get cheaper over time, like controllers be doing. But
Not really. The Wii Joy-Cons, the Switch Joy-Cons are still like $70.
they're
The
ridiculous.
DualSense 4 is still $60.
I feel like I can find DualSense 4 at Target for like $49.99.
Those are
Or
like the
50.
knockoffs, though. Like
no. You can get the. I got my blue one. Like,
Well, yeah, 50 or 60, like, but they've stayed consistent with that price.
I'm not saying they're gonna get much cheaper, but I do think we can expect them to go down to like 60 eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Brent, I
catch
just
me
think
with
we're
my
done.
Mad Cats, bro.
Hey, nothing
For
wrong with
original
some
Xbox.
Mad Cats, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Or,
you can get all the colors with the Mad Cats,
dude,
bro.
I fuck
Flashing
with
at
the.
once.
I fuck with the Afterglow controllers. They're like $20
yeah.
and they like
Yeah,
light up
dude.
and shit. They're really cool.
Typically
Afterglow.
cabled, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but-
hey, it's cool.
It works.
So Adam Bankhurst over at IGN, Amazon's new world to feature paid cosmetics at launch. Quality of life items may come later.
Quality of life, what does that mean?
I think what they mean by that is, so like ESO has got some things where you can like,
By like in-game currency or something.
no, it's not currency, but just shit to make life easier, like increased storage and other things like that. Like it doesn't help you
They do that in
better.
Fallout
in the,
76 too.
Yeah,
It's kind of some bullshit.
doesn't
That's
necessarily
like how the
help
Fallout
you do better in the
First
game,
program
but it
is.
makes it easier. You don't have to make as many trips to the bank or this and that. Or like
Mm.
ESO, if you have the ESO Plus membership, like you can have an unlimited crafting bag.
See, fuck that, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit
but
like
ain't
that.
nobody want to play that game anyways, though. No, New World? Like, who the fuck is like New World? That's the game I want to play.
Hey, dude.
If it lives up to
Might be
the,
a whole new world.
if it lives up to what they're talking about, I mean, it could.
It's
it
just
could
an
be a world.
Aladdin MMO. Like, no, but yeah.
I saw an advertisement for a VR MMO that's coming out pretty soon that looked really sweet. I forgot what
Ooh,
it was
that'd be
called.
It's
cool.
like an early testing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked neat.
Will this
man.
be the first ever VR MMO?
No, there's one called Orbis or something, but it's kind of lame. I think this one looks a lot better.
And
you know?
and it's gonna be like a medieval type, like
yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah, it's kind of got that Sword Art Online kind of vibe. I
And they're
don't
gonna
know.
try to have like big lobbies of like a lot of people and stuff, worlds and shit like that.
It looks pretty neat from what I've seen.
They should just do RuneScape and VR.
Hell
Like, that'd be
yeah.
so
I'd
weird.
fucks
Oh,
with it.
speaking of that, I gotta talk to y'all about that.
Is that a thing?
Well,
No.
I guess we'll talk about
yeah,
it.
we'll talk about it.
So Rebecca Valentine at IGN once again. She says Ubisoft just had its full year earnings call for the last fiscal year. Part of the goal of these calls is to tell the people who have invested large amounts of money in the company what said company plans to do in the coming year to make them even more money. In Ubisoft's case, that means explaining what kinds of big money-making games they might want to release in the future. But this year, news of Ubisoft's vague plans appears to have attracted a surprising amount of attention, making a few investors on the call a bit nervous and fans even more concerned. Quote, in line with the evolution of our high-quality lineup that is increasingly diverse, we are moving on from our prior comment regarding releasing 3 to 4 premium AAAs per year, end quote, said Frederick Duguay at Ubisoft's CFO on the earnings call yesterday. Quote, additionally, we are building our high-end free-to-play games to be trending toward AAA ambitions over the long term. End quote. This comment has many people upset, worried that Ubisoft is abandoning its tradition of massive console and PC releases like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Watch Dogs in favor of the free-to-play mobile model that makes piles of money but leaves a sour taste in the mouths of the more mainstream gaming populace.
I don't think that's what people should take away from what he said there. You know what I mean?
Well, it's hold on. There's more. Here's that first quote again, but with more context surrounding it. In line with the evolution of our high-quality lineup that is increasingly diverse, we are moving on from our prior comment regarding releasing 3 to 4 premium AAAs per year. It is no longer a proper indication of our value creation dynamics. For example, our expectations for Just Dance and Riders Republic are consistent with some of the industry's AAA's performance. Additionally, we are building our high-end free-to-play games to be trending toward AAA ambitions over the long term. This is purely a financial communication evolution and does not change the fact we continue to expect a high cadence of content delivery, including powerful premium and free-to-play new releases, as well as continued expansion of our post-launch plans with an increased focus on delivering our biggest franchises. So, I don't really know what that means. I think you'll see. I don't think Watch Dogs is ever coming out again. I think the last Watch Dogs was just like it was kind of dead on arrival. Like you didn't hear about a bunch of people playing it and enjoying it. It was like I know you played
silence.
it, but
it wasn't that great.
Yeah, and I feel like Watch Dogs was so it was so right on the edge of not being good every time it came out. Like, and I don't mean it wasn't good. I mean like it just wasn't selling well or whatever.
I know what you mean.
So like I feel like that's gonna go away, and I feel like they're gonna focus more on like Far Cry because it always sells well, and like maybe like whatever their other big titles are. Assassin's Creed, yeah.
And what it kind of sounds like to me is like it's a wordy way to back out of their promise of like 3 to 4 major AAA, because that's a big promise.
Yeah, and people expect games like Assassin's Creed and fucking Far Cry, and like you can't just pump 3 or 4 of those out a year. Like it's just unrealistic. With the most recent fucking Assassin's Creed game, they brought like 14 studios together across like the fucking world to like get that shit done. You know what I mean? Like it was an insane amount of people working on that shit just to produce that game, and it came out great. But it's like you can't do that every time. Yeah. And also another thing I noticed in what he was saying is like he basically said our games like Just Dance and stuff are produced with like a AAA quality that other companies would consider AAA. Like he's basically saying like what we consider AAA and what other
isn't what everybody considers AAA.
He's like we make higher quality AAA games basically. And then also the whole thing about their free-to-play games trending to the AAA, I think that's just them saying like Apex Legends is going to get more love and shit. You know what I mean? And maybe another game like Apex Legends will come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, now that I'm looking at it though, Ubisoft.
Or no, they're EA. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that's it. Yeah,
I'm tripping. But they probably have something in the works like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is so like Ubisoft has so they have the largest in-house development team. Like they have more than 14,000 developers.
Jesus.
So they might be able to do that, you know. Like, but they have been doing it for a while, you know.
They were still bringing in help for Valhalla, you know what I mean? Even with all those fucking people, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
They also, what did they do? Like The Division or something?
Yeah, The Division. That game.
I'm thinking
didn't do
Division.
Well either.
I bet Division 3 is free to play, and it's
it's a mobile game.
Well, there is going to be.
Yeah.
No, there is going to be a big Division update that's going to be free to play.
Really?
What isn't the new Division
I
supposed to be mobile?
I could see Division going free to play and being like really successful.
There might be a mobile counterpart, but it's Division Homeland.
The way the gameplay works in Division would work really well as a free to play
Heartland.
Heartland, yeah.
The Division is getting a free to play game and mobile version called the Heartland.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or whatever.
I feel like that's the right direction for them to go with that game, honestly. Like, if they're going to have, like, a Destiny-style IP, like, you might
Looter
as well
shooter.
make it fucking The Division, you know?
Yep.
I don't know.
For sure. Brent, what you got?
All right, let's see. We talked about our boys at Stadia. Oh, here we go. Publisher 505 Games has announced that a sequel to Ghost Runner is in development for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. The publisher did not share a release window for the upcoming game, but it did confirm that One More Level, the studio behind the original title, is developing Ghost Runner 2. In a press release, 505 announced it is doubling its investment for the sequel and contributing an initial budget of €5 million, about $6 million, for its development. Ghost Runner is a brand with great potential, capable of contributing for a long time to the 505 Games product portfolio, the publisher said. So that's exciting. You know, I played a little bit of Ghost Runner, and it's one of those games I plan on going back to. But from what I played, it was like really good and polished, and it has that kind of like Dark Souls-y vibe.
That's the one you're talking about. Like you jump around with the sword, and but you're like super weak if you get hit.
Yeah, it's like one hit and you die, but one hit and your enemies die too. So you have to kind of like be super strategic about every move you make and stuff. It's a really neat game. The graphics are awesome, and I can't wait to see what these guys can do with like literally double the budget. You know what I mean? Because the first game they made was amazing.
Yeah, it looked really polished.
So like, I'm just thinking, you give these guys more money, more time, more resources, like, it's probably gonna be sweet. So that's one I would look out for, is Ghost Runner 2 for sure.
Nice.
So Joe Scrubbles over at IGN, if Nintendo physically can't make enough Switch consoles right now, and that might continue.
Oh God, not them too.
Well, I mean,
Hope you got your Switches while you can.
Yeah, they've been sold out for a while.
yeah, and I could go into this article, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with all the shortages of the chips and everything.
I'm just saying, if there's an electronic out that you want, like, get it while you can. I
But
feel
you
like,
can't.
you know what I mean?
Like,
No.
everything's gone right
So
now.
If
even
you can get an Oculus still, thank God.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Go get you a fucking Oculus if you haven't already, because pretty soon they'll probably be fucking off the shelf.
so this chip shortage has even hit automotive now.
Yeah,
like, have
it's
you
been-
Well,
noticed
it's like
how
a,
a bunch
semi-
of
semi-
the-
semiconductor
yeah,
shortage. That's what it is.
semiconductor, and they can't make the chips for like a bunch of the new cars and stuff.
Mhm.
That's why you notice like dealerships and stuff. Their lots are almost empty because they haven't gotten a new shipment of vehicles in forever, and they're not going to get any shipment in the next. I have a couple of dealership accounts, and I asked them because I was curious, and yeah, like they said, like it's going to be like 60 days before they get another vehicle in.
Weird.
I feel like everything's in a
any-
shortage. We're short on gas. We're short on semiconductors.
Short on bullets. There's
We're
like,
short on We're always short on bullets. That's like a.
I mean, there's like no bullets anywhere. Like you can't.
And I've
go-
been looking, bro.
I'm serious.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Go
a
to
lot of people-
Walmart or Target or Academy or not Target, Academy or something, and look. They don't have a Target. Just kidding.
And we're short on Pokemon cards. That's another thing.
That
That
is
was
a thing.
another article, real quick. Let's confirms it will not stop selling Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walmart
But they're
doesn't give
still
a shit
short
about
on
the
that shit.
violence.
Even when you can get it, the reason why they were freaked out about the violence is because people were fucking scalping them. People would go in and buy, as soon as like a whole lot came, somebody would go in and just buy all of them in one go. Like, why? What is wrong with people?
Because
Like-
if there's a demand and then a small supply, it's easier to scoop all that shit up and then sell it back to the people
But
that
it's
actually want it.
so fucking annoying. Like, why is everybody doing this with everything?
Because everybody's a piece of shit.
Yeah, people
Jamel.
want to scheme
know.
and like make money off of people wanting shit.
If
And it's
everybody
just
would
shitty
just
all
stop
around.
being a piece of shit, we would all have nice graphic cards and fucking new consoles
and gas
shit.
for our cars.
Yeah,
and
but
like, you know.
no, fucking.
I haven't seen any kind of gas shortage or anything here though.
No, not here, but
Yeah, over on the East
though-
Coast.
the lady told me in the morning, like I talked to the gas station lady just to confirm, and she was like, yeah, we had a line like out to the like literally going on the street and stuff, and I was like, dude, this is
It's
crazy.
the same fucking people who bought all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
So dumb. But anyways, so Joe Screbbles at IGN says Valve president Gabe Newell has hinted at the idea of PC-only Steam games coming to consoles and said we should know more, quote, by the end of this year.
I'll tell you
end
what
quote.
that means right now.
What?
That means fucking Half-Life Alyx is coming to PlayStation 5 whenever the PSVR drops. I guarantee
Oh, for
it.
sure, yeah.
That's like 100% confirmed right there. Like fucking, because they could make a killing off of that for
Oh,
sure.
Well, in a talk at Sancta Maria College in Auckland, New Zealand this week, Newell was asked by a student if Steam would be porting games to consoles, to which the legendary developer hesitated before saying, "You will have a better idea of that by the end of this year. The exact meaning of that is a matter of speculation right now. Some have taken Newell's comment to mean we could see Steam itself as a storefront brought to consoles. Others have taken it to
Nah.
mean that Valve's own games currently available only on Steam will be ported to consoles. With each console
latter's
currently only featuring its own closed store, the former seems unlikely. But we've seen Xbox in particular striving to see its services on other consoles, so it's not outside the realm of possibility.
That's
I
not
think
gonna
that-
happen.
Yeah, I think the latter is much more likely
Yeah.
to happen.
But they don't even have that many games besides that, like that are PC exclusive. Besides Half-Life Alyx, like all the Half-Life games you can get on console, all of the Portal games you can get on console.
Yeah.
Like there, what?
So why not bring it to console whenever a badass VR headset?
No,
comes out?
that's not what I'm saying. It's like he's saying like there's gonna be like he's talking more like will there be more games coming from Steam to console? But it's like why would he say that about just one game? Like why would he be like you'll know around the end of this year? Like I feel like there's got to be something else they're talking about. Like besides I think Half-Life Alyx it's pretty obvious that that's going to happen. but I want to know what else he's talking about, you know?
I mean, what else could he be talking about? Valve's IPs are pretty much like Left 4 Dead, Half-Life, and fucking Portal. You know what I mean? Team Fortress.
Yeah.
You could put Team Fortress free to play on any console. That would be fun.
Maybe they're going to announce some games at the end of this year like that they've been working on, because they've been kind of like on hiatus besides Half-Life Alyx for a while.
You announce fucking Portal 3 or Half-Life 3 and say it's coming to all consoles. Everybody's going to freak the fuck out, you know?
Yeah, that would be insane. Brent, what you got?
Okay, let's say EA's Dodge Brawl game, Knockout City, launches on May 21st. And you can play the full game at no cost for the first 10 days as part of what the publisher is calling a block party trial. The event runs from May 21st to May 30th, so for the first 9 days, I guess. That's some bullshit.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a fist.
Friend of the show who we interviewed, Patrick Hickey Jr. followed us. Shout out to Patrick. I don't know if you're still there watching, but yeah, thanks for the follow, man.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways.
Sorry. I just wanted to get it before he dipped. I didn't know if but yeah, so Dodge Brawl.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Any details on what that game like?
I feel like it's like
it's the one where you're dodging balls.
Yeah, but you brawl while you do it.
What?
I feel like the game looked kind of unappealing, but it's probably really fun. So they're like, maybe if we just let them try it for a little bit, they'll stay playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds like a Super Smash Bros. Like, but with dodgeballs.
Y'all remember the trailer for this? Where
I barely remember that. I feel like it
they're
was
like hopping around in a city. It's all cartoony. And
it's a Switch exclusive, right?
No, I don't think so. The first time I saw it was on one of those Switch
things.
shows,
yeah, that's where I saw it too.
But I think it got announced for everything else too.
I have no clue.
You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't get it, bro. You don't get the Dodge Brawl. No, just kidding.
So Exile, I think I said that right. They're responsible for like Bard's Tale and
I think it's In Exile.
In Exile?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. In Exile Entertainment hints at FPS RPG for Xbox. So Kat Bailey over at IGN. It appears that In Exile Entertainment is indeed working on an FPS RPG. The studio behind Wasteland 3 and Torment, Tides of Numenera dropped a hint to the effect that a response to an Xbox tweet asking what kind of game should I play next. It then flashed a large number of genres, including all of them, and Goose.
What?
I messed up on copying. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I messed up on copying this.
I was like, where are we going?
Yeah, sorry about that. And then, no, never mind. No, that was right. It then flashed a large number of genres, including all of them, and Goose.
Okay,
Goose, quote unquote Goose.
So we're getting a first-person RPG from In Exile. Like I'd never played the Wasteland games. I heard they're great.
I never played Bard's Tale.
Never played Bard's Tale, obviously, and that's a classic. Like people love that. So I'm interested to see what it's gonna be. Brent, what you got? Oh,
okay.
No, wait. Yeah, it's me. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay, I forgot me. Matt Kim at IGN says Microsoft is rolling out the May update for the Xbox Series X and S, and users can now select the original Xbox dashboard animation as a dynamic background. As reported by Tom Warren of The Verge, Microsoft rolled out new dynamic backgrounds today for the Xbox Series X and S. One of them is called, quote, the original, and it is the glowy green orb made famous by the original Xbox back in 2001. Pretty cool. It looks dope.
It does.
Dude, I want that so bad.
Like, does it make the noise?
I don't know. I just saw a picture of it. I didn't see a video. That'd be dope if it did, though.
You're the one with the Xbox, JAMAL.
Yeah, why don't you just go
I probably should do that, yeah.
After the podcast, we'll go check it out.
Okay. Wait, did we just no, we didn't talk about this. Sega has announced plans to create what it's calling a super game. And it sounds like it'll be a new first-person shooter from a European studio. Wait,
quadruple A
is this
title.
what we just typed, the European studio? No.
No. Is this the quadruple A, though, like that we talked about, like, months ago?
I don't know.
Who even said that? Was that?
It was some team that was just like, we're working on a quadruple A game.
I think maybe
I think it was someone to do with Xbox, though, I thought.
Oh, no, that was the people working on Perfect Dark, I think. the initiative or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But it says, as part of the company's latest earnings release, Sega outlined some of its plans for future growth. And one element was the creation of a so-called super game. A slide from the publisher's report said Sega is undertaking the challenge of creating a large-scale global title, and that this process will take between 3 to 5 years. Sega said that this will be a new first-person shooter from a European studio, but no further details were divulged. The company did, however, outline its bold revenue predictions, saying it is hopeful this super game can reach lifetime sales of 100 billion yen, which is about 900 million US dollars. Sega's Creative Assembly Studio in Europe is working on a new sci-fi shooter in the first-person genre. The studio says the ambitious multiplayer game offers a fresh take on the first-person shooter genre that will allow players to embrace a variety of creative playstyles. Whether or not this is Sega's planned super game, however, remains to be seen. Beyond this super game, Sega said it's also planning to take advantage of its numerous existing franchises and utilize them in new ways to help fuel growth. This includes remastering old games, remaking games with new features, and rebooting franchises. Sega also listed off its active and dormant franchises on the slide discussing these plans. So, you know, it sounds like Sega's got some shit up their sleeve over there. We'll have to see how super their super game is, you know?
Yeah, I'm just not falling for that. I think their super game is going to be whatever game comes out whenever they're bought by Xbox. It's going to be like, can you imagine Sonic becoming an Xbox
game?
Exclusive? Like,
I can totally see that, actually.
that would be tight. But anyways, what you got, Devon?
That's
Devondrius?
the one time you say it right.
Okay, I thought I said it wrong, actually.
No, that's all I got for news.
Okay. So Rebecca Valentine at IGN says it looks like the next Battlefield game is being planned for a holiday or thereabouts release this year, at least according to EA's financial plans.
They better fucking announce it.
In a slide presentation accompanying its earnings results today, EA lays out its plans for releases for the rest of the fiscal year, placing Battlefield in Q3. This is a fiscal calendar, so for EA, that means Battlefield 6, or whatever it ends up being called, is headed this way between October and December. EA confirmed on its earnings call today that Battlefield was being developed by 4 studios, which were EA DICE, Criterion, DICE LA, and EA Gothenburg. And they're all contributing, so yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
And they've hinted at a June, reveal.
Announcement, like a
announcement,
reveal.
reveal. A June reveal. So keep your eyes out for that.
That's exciting
Yeah.
stuff over there.
Pull
They
those
just-
eyes out.
They need to come the fuck on with it because the anxiety's getting to me now.
Really? You getting that hyped about it?
I'm hopeful.
I'm
With the return to modern, we got the new generation of consoles out, so they got more power to work with.
But
It's
it's coming out for old consoles as well. It's not just coming to new consoles.
They haven't confirmed that.
In this thing, it says
Oh, it
EA has also confirmed that the game will be released for both previous gen and current gen consoles, as well as
But-
PC.
So my point to add on to that is Battlefield 4 was phenomenal, and it came out and did around the exact same time as we're in right now, with the new consoles being out, pretty fresh, and not really having seen a shooter come out for it yet.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful that we could see another big scale upgrade like we did with Battlefield 4.
I'm sure we will.
I'm ready for that battle royale. I want to see what it's like.
I'm just ready for Battlefield to go back to modern. Like I don't fuck with the World War I.
Better cross your fingers, bro.
No, they
Yeah.
are going modern. That's all but confirmed by. Or no, it is. No, they didn't confirm it, but it's all but confirmed by EA. It's modern.
They're gonna do it just to fuck with you.
Yeah. They're like,
gonna be
actually,
like
I'm giving up on Battlefield.
Extra not modern. They're gonna be like medieval. It's like
Yeah, we're
swords
going
and shields and
Civil
shit.
War, bro.
Fucking caveman
Muskets.
fights.
What you got, Brent?
All right. HTC's latest VR headset, the Vive Pro 2, has been revealed.
Wow.
Oh.
And will offer will offer new features like 5K resolution and 120 hertz refresh rate.
Dedicated per eye, or is that combined?
It is 2448 by 2448 per eye.
5K
So
resolution.
marginally better than pretty much everything on the market right now. It's got up to 120 degree field of view, dual RGB low persistence LCD screens, which I'm not particularly a fan of. I wish that we would go back to OLED screens.
Get them darker blacks.
Yeah,
no, for real. Like
it makes a big difference. Like
does.
especially like I've noticed since I got the Quest 2, like when you're in like a darker scene, the LCD is a lot more washed out. I still enjoy it. It's just like it definitely is noticeable.
Because it's like a blank screen that's generating light that you can kind of notice on the lenses a little bit.
Yeah, the
like,
OLED is like black.
Yeah,
you feel like you're in the darkness.
Yeah.
You know?
Organic.
But it's also going to have 120 hertz and a wireless adapter and stuff. So, you know.
120 hertz.
It's going to be pretty sick, dude. You know. The Vive Pro is already one of the better headsets. So, Vive Pro 2, I would keep an eye out for that. It's going to be hella expensive. You're going to have a deep pockets and an even doper fucking computer. But it's going to be coming out on June 4th. And if you have a chance to use that shit, I definitely recommend it. You know what I mean?
Speaking of, VR, PSVR 2 will reportedly include a 4K display, eye tracking, haptic feedback, and more, according to a newly published report.
Vive Pro 2, but no, I'm just kidding.
Well, there is something weird about it, though. Check it out. So Upload VR cites multiple, quote, reliable sources on the matter who say that Sony has shared details with its partners about these PSVR 2 features. The report suggests that the new revision of the headset could feature a 4,000 by 2040 pixels per eye, or 2,000 by 2040 per eye resolution, gaze tracking, and a lens separation adjustment detail, a feature that can be seen on the Valve Index headset. The 4K resolution would be a big step up from the original PSVR, which featured a 960 by 1080 pixels per eye.
That's comical if you think about it now.
Yeah.
The Quest 2 is like 18 by 18, or like 1800 by 1800 or something like that.
2K display per eye.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
So, hold on. Let's get to the crazy part here. Or at least I read it as something crazy. I could be wrong. And a small step up on the popular Oculus Quest 2 headsets. But eye tracking within the headset will allow for foveated rendering.
I read about this.
Yeah.
They already use foveated rendering in almost every
other
current VR headset. But what's unique about the eye tracking is that, like, with modern foveated rendering, it just does, like, the edges, like what would be your peripheral vision, and renders it at, like, a slightly lower resolution. That's how they get away with doing most of the Quest 1 games with, like, real heavy foveated rendering.
Okay.
And PlayStation does it a lot, too, in their games. But this is talking about how they're going to start doing the foveated. First of all, they're going to highly increase the foveated rendering resolution, so it's not as noticeable. So, like, the center of your view is going to be, like, 4K, right? Like, where you're looking will be 4K. And then your peripheral vision is 1080p. And it's going to track your eyes. So, like, when you look that way, it knows your pupils are looking that way. It's going to change your foveated area to, like, be over here. So, like, everywhere you look on the new PSVR is going to be, like, crispy clean with, like, a foveated. You don't notice the foveated edge. You really don't. It's more of a peripheral thing.
Yeah, but with the eye tracking, I worry about, like our eyes move.
Well, that's
fast
another
as
thing.
fuck.
The eye tracking is going to totally change the game when it comes to eye-to-eye distance. You know, like, with the Quest 2 specifically, like, Quest 1 had a slider that was pretty good. Quest 2 only has 3 settings, like, chick, chick, chick.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
And it's like, setting 2 thankfully works great for me, but if you're somebody with some wonky ass fish eyes or some shit, you know, you're gonna want. It
kind of hurts, Brent.
I'm sorry, you're gonna want some kind of, like, solution, you know. And I think that this would be the ultimate solution, to just have it track your eyes and know exactly how far apart you need to be to, like, see everything perfectly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is it's good to know. It's good to know for all the fish-eyed people out there.
Might be the headset.
No, like,
PSVR.
Like almost, for some games, on the 3 different settings, I'm like between like 2 and 3.
See, that's the one thing Quest 1 had better. The 2 things that were better about Quest 1 was the eye-to-eye distance slider and the OLED screen, for sure.
Yeah.
So here's the part that I wanted to get to.
Oh,
So, because I don't know if I'm reading this wrong, but another feature mentioned in the report is haptic feedback, which the report suggests could be implemented via a motor in the headset and would complement the headset's new
Whoa.
controllers, which also feature haptic feedback.
Whoa.
I didn't think about
so you
adding
get shot in the
vibration.
dome or something,
Yeah.
and it's like bang.
Yeah, dude.
That's sick.
I didn't even think about adding
I
vibration
like
to the
that.
headset.
Imagine a boxing game, and every time you get hit in the face, it's like a little.
You actually
a little,
get hit in the
A
face.
little rumble or something. It would definitely make it more intense.
Yeah, it
you
would.
know what I mean?
One concern I do have with that though
Would it
is
fuck up your
all
headset?
the lenses and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
lenses and all the hardware that's contained in
Surely
the
they're
headset.
I
thinking about
imagine
this.
they
What if
they
they-
know what they're doing.
What if it's a little
yeah.
like rumble pack on the back of your head?
Dude, you could make this sick. What if it's not even like a rumbly thing? Well, what if it is like a rumble, but it's like a lower kind of rumble? Like you just feel like vibrations and shit, like it's going through your controllers and your head. What if it ships with a fucking haptic vest or something? You
See,
know?
I
Oh,
doubt they
Hoosier
do that.
vest.
It definitely I definitely think this is for the helmet. But the way that I see it is like, say you're like driving in a car and you wreck or something, like you can feel it like hit, like if you
Yeah.
get hit from the side, like you hit your head on the dash, like somebody grabs you like in a cutscene and like slams your head on like on something to knock you out.
I
or
feel like
whatever.
they would definitely have to implement it into the head strap versus the
even
the
when you get
headset
in the
itself.
car and you like turn the car on, you feel it like idling, like
Yeah.
you know what
You
I
can
mean?
feel
They
like
could do a lot of cool shit with this as
Yeah.
long as it didn't fuck up the internals of the headset.
Yeah.
I'm already imagining like the porn videos where like a dude just whips out his dong and it just
Slaps you in the face.
I don't know what kind of porn videos you're watching, Jamal.
Hey man, I'm just thinking for the future, all right? Like we all know what's gonna happen. Anytime there's a VR like a new technology comes out, porn gets it. All right, like
Yeah,
they somehow
true.
find a way. But like, or as people are gonna like mod Resident
Lady
Evil
Dimension.
Village, yeah, like
Oh
to
my
where
God.
you could just like you're gonna get like motorboat like.
I've seen some seriously not safe for work mods for
Yeah,
that
I
shit.
saw that one too.
Like day
Oh
one.
my god.
Yeah.
Oh jeez, we're degenerates.
Anyway, I'm just talking about the truth. I already know what's going to happen. Anyways, an onboard camera would track the position of the controllers, reducing the amount of peripherals needed to make the headset work. Another small note mentioned in the report is that the headset will reportedly connect to the PlayStation 5 via a single USB-C cable. Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
I think that sounds really nice. All that
Yeah.
sounds really appealing. If it's at the
Yeah.
right price point, and if I can ever fucking get a PS5, I'm definitely gonna get one of those.
For sure. You got any more news, Brent?
No, that's it from me.
All right, so this one's interesting. So a disgruntled movie director has suggested that Capcom copied his monster design for a
Oh.
boss fight in Resident Evil Village.
I saw this.
Yeah, the claim has come from Dutch director Richard Riephorst via LinkedIn, who states that the design of a boss monster from Resident Evil Village is the same as a creature from his 2013 horror movie Frankenstein's Army. He reads, quote, "In 2013, I directed my film Frankenstein's Army. It's a crazy monster movie filled with my own creature designs, one of which has been used completely without authorization or credit in the newest Resident Evil game. The monster in question is a boss fight from the Heisenberg's factory section of the game, where you fight a monster with a propeller for a head called Sturm. In Frankenstein's Army, a similar monster appears as an unnamed human creature with a propeller for a head.
Devin, you should bring up a picture of this on
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna see if I can't find anything that's like
pull
a
it
side
up
by
on
side.
here if you can.
Yeah, it's this article that I got from IGN has the pictures side by side.
Oh, okay.
But-
I've seen it. It's incredibly similar.
Yeah, even the area where you fight him like looks very similar. But he says he's like Riephorst provided images of the two scenes, going as far as telling Eurogamer that Sturm is a quote 1-to-1 copy of his design. In that interview with Eurogamer, Riephorst points out that even the way the scene and boss fight end is similar, with the monster being forced to burst into flames. Quote, "It's just the same scene as in my movie," he said, "except that in my movie you have to cut loose the fuel tubes. That's the only thing that is missing. But the whole thing is getting into flames and then it explodes, and then the way it rotates through the camera, it's all the same, really. Even the environments, the whole color palette, it looks like an animatic for my movie." Report goes on to say that it's so difficult to come up with a great design. It's really hard to actually think about something that communicates as a cool design. It's not just that ideas are floating around that you can grab. It's actually hard labor. Then they just grab it and put it somewhere in the game. Twitter user Clone Corp has created a thread claiming that not only Sturm, but a number of monsters from Frankenstein's army were repurposed for Resident Evil Village. In a reply, reports said, "Oh, dude, this is worse than I thought. First I felt angry, then proud, but now I see this, I feel sad." So,
I'm having a hell of a time finding it.
Yeah.
Just Google it.
Yeah, just Google
Propeller Man.
Yeah, Google Resident Evil copyright, or Resident Evil Village copyright, you know.
Yeah, I don't know about the other monsters, but I know that this Propeller Man, I won't say it's 1-to-1, you know what I mean? But it's pretty damn close. Like, the propeller guy from the fucking movie that the guy is talking about has actual, like, propellers, like a wind turbine, you know? And then the dude from Resident Evil's got, like, chainsaws, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but look at so this is from the movie. This is from the game. Look at the area. It's even exactly the same color palette and everything, like he was saying.
Yeah.
It looks like I thought it was the game when I saw that. Like, I was like, oh, that is definitely.
He's definitely got a case here, but he's also getting a lot of free publicity for his movie right now. A movie that probably nobody gives a fuck about. You know
I
what
don't know.
I mean?
I think horror fans, like people that are into like makeup, like you know, like creating like cool creatures and stuff like that for films. People who like what's his name? What is that guy's name? Freaking Guillermo del Toro. Like people who just like to see like practical, like crazy monsters. You know.
I'm just saying, I've never heard anybody ever tell me to go watch this movie. You know, I've never heard of this movie until now. You know.
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it. Like I remember because like back in 2013, I was going to Redbox and getting movies, and this was one of the movies I remember seeing and being like, I don't know, because I was watching a lot of zombie movies back then. Like, I was into, like, shitty horror, you know?
Yeah.
And I think around that time, a lot of people were. You know, a lot of people were watching, like, B-rated horror films just because.
I'm just saying there's probably a lot of people watching this movie now trying to pick it apart because of this that wouldn't have been watching it originally. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's no such thing as bad publicity.
No,
and
there's
this
not.
guy is definitely getting a lot of free publicity right now. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, I wouldn't call it free. You know, I mean,
I mean, the likeness
he
is
created,
there.
yeah, he created the thing,
likeness is
so he's
definitely
just
there.
getting paid now.
Yeah.
You know, they technically, you know, I don't think he's gonna sue them or anything. I think he just wanted people to know, like, yo, I made that.
And he should, you know.
And I would say he's reaching, but with that other guy doing the Twitter thread and be like, oh, this is worse, and like finding other
I
similarities.
want to know the other monsters because,
Yeah.
like, okay, that guy can say that, but I need more pictures. you
There
know?
are pictures on he made a Twitter thread. Like the guy
I need to
literally
see
posted
this.
like side by side pictures of everything. Though I don't think the other ones are very
Convincing?
yeah, not very convincing. Like some of them are like, okay, I could see it, but like
You could like half-ass find connection.
yeah, but it's like well, where do you draw the line like from inspiration and like, you know, like
genre of monster.
Yeah, like I think, you know, that one that was a little too close.
Yeah.
You know, like that it just looks almost exactly the same area and all this stuff. The other ones, there's like a lot of differences, but you can see some similarities, but nothing like that. You know,
Yeah.
where
I feel like there's a monster kind of like that in The Evil Within that like chases you around.
no, there's no propeller guys in Evil Within. I beat the Evil Within.
Maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, definitely tripping on that. The like most of the creatures in the Evil Within are just like weird like zombie people. Like
There's a lot of like big monsters in The Evil Within.
yeah, but they're like just big grotesque dudes.
Big old box head.
Yeah,
Right?
not-
That was
yeah,
Evil
and the
Within.
box head guy, but no like propeller people. No
Yeah.
propeller. But
Anywho.
anyways, that's it for this week's video game news. We're going to jump on over to this week's releases where I'm going to let you know which brand new games you can get in the next 7 days. Starting with Essays on Empathy. That sounds so enticing. It's coming to PC on May 18th. Couldn't find a price for it, but Essays on Empathy is a curated compilation of creator deconstruct teams' most engaging efforts in seeking new narrative experiences in games. I'm gonna let Devon bring that picture up real
Yeah,
quick. If
so
you're
I'm a little slow
watching
on it.
this live, you can see The game there. Just click on that thing. I think that's the picture right there. But
Looks super
Yeah.
cool.
and then we have Void Terrarium coming to PS5 on May 18th for $39.99. Void Terrarium chronicles the story of a robot and a young girl in a world devastated by enigmatic events. Explore hauntingly beautiful ruins in search of food and supplies. Outfit and maintain the terrarium in which you live. Okay. And then we have Galactic Mining Core coming to PC on May 18th. Couldn't find a price, but Galactic Mining Core is a game about building and expanding an intergalactic mining corporation. Okay, and then we have Siege Survival Gloria Victis coming to PC on May 18th. Couldn't find a price, but mixing survival strategy and resource management. Siege Survival Gloria Victis has you build your camp, craft supplies, and scavenge the occupied city to supply the last troops holding back the invaders. There's a lot of survival
Build 'em
games
up,
coming out.
yeah.
And then we got Outbreak, Endless Nightmares coming to Switch, Xbox One, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC on May 19th for $30.
Outbreak Endless Nightmare.
Yes. The nightmare continues for Lydia and her fellow survivors in Outbreak, Endless Nightmares, a terrifying co-op survival horror roguelike. That sounds interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing. A co-op survival horror? That sounds cool. And then we got Aerial Knights Never Yield. It's like Aerial underscore. Yeah, underscore.
Knights Never Yield.
Knights like KNIGTS Never Yield. Coming to PS5, Xbox Series S and X, Switch, and PC on May 19th for $11.99. Survive a futuristic Tokyo-style Detroit in Aerial Knights Never Yield.
It's like a parkour game.
A 3D runner that tells the story of a man who has uncovered the evidence that can change his city forever. Maybe it'll be the next good parkour game. We should have saved it for last. And then we got Sunless Skies coming to PS5 or no, PS4, Switch, and Xbox One on May 19th for $24.99. Sunless Skies is the sequel to the critically acclaimed story-centric Sunless Sea. In this high wilderness, the traitor Empress carves out a new British Empire. Her increasingly tyrannical rule pushing bohemians, revolutionaries, and other outcasts out towards the fringes of this grand empire.
The
Without a
people
sun.
making the game are like, where can we make Sunless next?
Yeah.
Sunless Space?
And then we got Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl coming to Xbox One and
God.
PS4 on May 20th for $14.99. Play as Jay and Silent Bob in a retro 8-bit side-scrolling brawler. Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl.
I would play this.
Go solo or team up with a friend. Pummel enemies with hard-hitting combos, dash attacks, and elbow drops, as well as a random assortment of weapons.
Kind of looks great.
Yeah, it
It
does.
really
It
does.
looks like a NES game.
Get a little throwback.
Then we got Rise of the Slime coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, Switch, and PC on May 20th for $14.99. The Rise of the Slime is a roguelike which mixes deep and tactical deck building gameplay with the chill vibes of a side-scrolling adventure. Okay, and then we got Of Bird and Cage coming to PC on May 20th. Couldn't find a price, but Of Bird and Cage is both a game and a metal album in one. Dive into a dark, twisted game specifically tailored to its music. Sweet.
Sweet.
And then we got Viscera Fest coming to
God,
PC.
This sounds like a metal album, too.
It's coming to PC on May 20th. Couldn't find a price, but Viscera Fest is a sci-fi fantasy single-player arena first-person shooter.
This is not even almost what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting
like
some really
no
horrible shit
gore.
to pop up whenever you
Yeah,
said that.
like what?
Fight through hordes of aliens and eldritch monstrosities, wielding a slew of powerful weapons, juggling your resources, and exploring over 26 intricately designed, handcrafted levels. Wow. And then we got Just Die Already coming to Switch, PS4, Xbox
Dang.
One, and PC on May 20th for $14.99.
Oh, that's the old people game.
Yeah, Just Die Already is a game where you are sick of living. Perform dangerous challenges and explore the world for retirement tickets to qualify for free retirement care.
So basically, what this game is like you're just a old person out of the retirement home, and you got to do all kinds of crazy shit to kill yourself.
That
No,
sounds horrible.
wait.
I mean, not horrible like in a bad game
They do-
way, but like horrible in like a
There's a bunch
Yeah.
of horrible
Like,
ways
that's
that they
fucked
die.
up,
I
like-
watched the trailer. It looks
I
interesting.
might have to try it out.
Looks fun though, yeah. Then we got Mayhem in Single Valley coming to PC on May 20th. Couldn't find a price, but Mayhem in Single Valley is a crazy adventure platformer packed with plot twists, physics puzzles, and radioactive squirrels. Okay, and then we got Knockout City coming to Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and PC on May 21st for
Yeah.
$19.99.
Free to play for 10 days. Check it out.
Knockout City or
Knockout
Mayhem?
City.
Okay. It says team up and duke it out with rival crews in Knockout City, where you settle the score with epic dodgeball battles.
Oh, this is the Dodge
Yeah, this is the
Brawl.
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no, this isn't it.
This is it.
Yeah, no,
This is it.
EA's Dodge Brawl game, Knockout City.
Oh, I thought it was
never-
called Dodgeball.
we
No,
never-
no,
Yeah,
it's
we
called
never-
Knockout City.
We never said the title of it. I thought
no,
it was called
I
Dodge
did
Brawl.
say it was,
Oh.
it was
We just weren't listening, right?
Nah, he never said it.
This is Brent's fault. Then we got Cosmic Top Secret coming to PS4, Switch, Xbox One, May 21st for $9.99.
Cosmic Top City?
Cosmic Top Secret plunges players into a fantastic world of intrigue and espionage, where all is not what it seems. Based on actual events, play as T and help her unravel the truth about her parents' work as spies during the Cold War.
T's looking a little cracked
Oh
out
my
there.
goodness! Damn.
You remember that old animation style, like the paper cutout?
Yeah.
That's exactly what that looks
Kind
like.
of reminds me of
was
what's
that
that
called?
show on Nickelodeon?
Oh my God.
oh.
Was it Clarissa Explains It All or something?
No,
No,
no.
the Amanda Show?
No.
No, I know
It's a
what you're talking-
cartoon. It's like
It's like real dreary looking, right?
no.
No, it was.
And it had the two little dudes that would like intro the show, and then like they'd have the like the super team or whatever they were called, like the
I'm remembering a different show.
like the dolls.
Oh, no,
there's
you're
like
thinking
scuba
of,
something.
not all that. Kablam.
Kablam! That's what it was, and it had that one show where it was like the girl and her brother, and they were like cutouts. Yeah, Angelica Anaconda.
And, yeah.
I forgot about. Yeah, that's from
Yeah.
Kablam, isn't it?
No, that was a different thing. I
I think it was its own show.
Hold on.
Kablam was fucking weird.
This
Yeah,
shit
that
looks
was a good
weird.
show. I used to love Kablam.
Me too.
And then we got Metopia coming to Switch on May 21st for $49.99. By casting Me characters in roles across the world of Metopia, players set off on an adventure to battle enemies, hunt for treasure, and open up new areas of the map in Metopia. This is so dumb. This game came out on
3DS.
3DS, yeah. And then we got Rust coming to Xbox One and PS4 on May 21st for
Oh,
$49.99.
the console port's finally coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explore an open world of real danger in Rust. The only aim here is to survive. I heard the console versions are gonna suck though.
Yeah, I've heard that as well.
I mean, any kind of like big early access game that we saw get really big, like fucking PUBG, when it had its console port, it was
Yeah.
horrible.
Horrible.
Remember how we were talking about like they should put Godzilla in Warzone, or was I talking to you guys about that? No, I was
I
talking.
don't remember that
I don't
conversation.
remember
I was
this conversation.
talking to somebody on Discord about that actually, but
How would you play that?
but
into?
it's coming to PUBG. Like they're doing a
Godzilla?
PUBG cross Godzilla versus King Kong. Yeah.
Dope.
Well, that's
I w-
really gonna.
I
suck
was
for the
saying
pl-
it would be
How are they
really
gonna play-
tight to do like a kaiju thing in Warzone, where like in downtown there's just a giant kaiju like wandering around, like just breaking through the buildings and
That
stuff.
would be sick.
That'd be tight. Anyways, that's it. That's all of this week's releases. So we're gonna jump on over to currently
Sweet.
playing. Brent, you want to start us off? What have
I
you
really
been
hope
playing?
that showed up because there's
Yeah.
no transition button.
I can definitely start it off. Let's see. So I have been playing. I started off. I played Resident Evil 8. So I got the
Village. You already beat it.
Yeah, I beat it. I finished it this week.
How do you
I
feel
had
about
started it last week. I finished it this week. I really, really like it. Like after like actually going through the story and beating it, like it's up there. It might be one of my favorite Resident Evil games. Like I really enjoyed it. The only thing I wish is that it was in VR, because it's like the greatest VR game that never happened. Like everything about that game would be so fucking tight in VR.
Yeah.
I heard it wasn't that scary. Was it? What
It
is your
had
opinion
its
on that?
moments that did kind of get me, like
Yeah.
okay, so the parts where you're outside aren't scary, and that's a
Gotcha.
very large part of the game. Okay,
Dang.
the castle is pretty scary at times.
Yeah, there's like that whole blood basement.
Yeah, the
Dude,
fucking
spoilers.
House
It's in
Benevito.
in the demo.
There's a place you go called House Benevito. I won't explain anything other than that, but it has its scary moments, especially if you don't like dolls. That
Oh
shit,
yeah, I have
yeah,
heard that.
I've
Like the
seen-
dolls
I've
are
seen
creepy.
that shit
pictures
was
and-
pretty freaky. The factory with the propeller head guy, that had a couple of scary moments. That was more of like a jump scary kind of vibe though. Like it wasn't as like creepy as the other places. It was just like scary.
Oh shit!
You
don't
know
die.
what I mean? And then like there's one of the bosses that just wasn't scary at all, but it was fun nonetheless. The whole game overall was fun. I'd say if Resident Evil 7 was like a 9 out of 10 on the scary factor, this one was like a 7 out of 10 on the scary factor. Like they definitely toned it down, but it was still a lot of fun. Like
What about the story though?
the story is where it shines. It picks up from 7's story, and like the story is actually really good. Like it's probably the most cohesive story I've ever had in a Resident Evil game. You
Really?
know what I mean? Like it kind of explains all the weird shit that's been happening throughout like
I was just
a lot
about-
of the Resident Evil
Yeah.
games recently, and like it really ties up a lot of weird loose ends and stuff. Like, and the actual like story is interesting, and like it keeps unfolding in different crazy ways and keeps you guessing right till the end.
But it actually makes sense at some point.
Yeah,
Okay.
it really does. And not only does it make sense, it's like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like M. Night Shyamalan type moments. You know what I mean? Like
Does it officially explain him being able to reattach limbs and stuff?
all I will say is yes.
Okay, that's
It
all I
does.
wanted to know. Is
It
like if,
100% explains it. It not only, man, it's such a good ending. Like the way, like it is such a dope ass fucking like the last like 3 hours of the game are just like nonstop, just like whoa, holy shit moments. Like I fucking love that game, dude. Like I wish I could just forget it and replay it. You know, it was that good.
that's fine. Don't mess with it. Yeah, like I'm down. I'm down to play it. I need to buy it. But
I highly recommend it. The graphics are beautiful.
Yeah,
Uh,
it looks like a gorgeous game. All the gameplay that I've seen
I-
coming from like a good piece of equipment.
I've heard there's like a lot of like issues with like certain areas and characters will look amazing, and then you'll see like an NPC that just looks like super
Got the short end of the
undetailed.
rendering
Yeah, they're
stick.
just like, well, this character's not that important, so we'll just like not really put too much detail into him.
In my experience, almost everything in the game was like fantastic looking.
Really,
Yeah, like
Okay.
like everything. Like it was really, really good looking.
Gucci. Yeah, I'm.
But 7 was too. I mean, if you thought 7 looked good consistently through the whole game, then
I did.
Then you'll think 8 looks good. You know what I mean?
Just from the like gameplay, videos and trailers I've seen, the game looks unreal, like unreal in the way that it looks too real.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I was surprised to hear for like people talking about like certain NPCs not looking real. And I was
Not
like,
only
huh.
does it look really good, but it runs really well on my computer. It's
Yeah.
really well optimized for PC players.
I'm gonna have to try it out. I'm gonna get it on Series X.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that.
Go in on it.
Play any other games?
Oh yeah. So I played that, and then I played VR Skater. Have you guys heard of this?
Oh God, how the fuck?
So like basically you skate and like you like kick with your hands, so like you do this and it'll like do like a kicking thing, and then you like do stuff with your hands to make you like jump and like grind on rails and shit. And it's like basically like Tony Hawk Downhill Jam. Like all the levels are like in one direction, and you like go
Okay.
down a hill and you're like grinding on rails and jumping off shit. And it's like so fucking fun.
You know what would have been cool? Like Nintendo tends to do this, but I feel like the company that made this game should have put some of their money towards creating like a peripheral strap that you can strap your controllers to your legs and then just use it that way.
Oh, that would be sick.
Like
sick.
That way you can actually skate, just like.
Well, it's still in early access, and there's only one level. I only bought it because I've been so obsessed with the idea of skateboarding in VR. I've always said, I'm like, this is gonna be the dopest game when it finally fucking comes out, and it's really cool. But there's only one level, and the level is like a middle school. Like it's kind of like the high school level in the Tony Hawk 2, I think. Either way, one of the Tony Hawk games, and it's really cool, dude. Like, I don't know.
I just want to see more sports games in VR.
Yeah.
Like, that's an untapped area, I feel like, and it could be.
Dude, the haptic feedback on the helmet with football, I'm telling you, bro.
Get CTE football
in
VR.
Dude.
I feel like a football game could actually have a lot of potential in VR.
It really could, yeah.
You'd have to figure out a way to make the running feel fun, like maybe do like sprint vector and have you run like this or something and like tackle people, I don't know.
They could figure it out.
There's got to be a way you could do it that would be really cool.
Yeah.
You know?
And have multiplayer.
Football I feel like would be an easy one for sure. Any foot involved ones, we got to get into like the
soccer and stuff. That wouldn't work too well.
Yeah, a little harder.
You could do like VR football online and have everybody actually playing like
be a real person.
A specific position.
Yeah.
That would get so bad.
It would get really confusing. Nobody would follow the plays.
No, it'd be chaos. So I feel like they'd be better off doing maybe like just like from a quarterback perspective, and then have the opposing team or the opposing player be like an offensive or defensive line trying to get to the.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's like how would you pass the ball to yourself? Because you can't be the receiver and the quarterback.
Just
so
have
you throw it and like follow it with the camera. Leave your
and then it goes straight into the next one. Yeah. As soon as the ball leaves your hand, if you no longer control that character. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can see it working.
Maybe incorporate
hockey
slow-mo.
wouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, hockey would be easy.
Hockey would be really
hockey
cool.
Would be one of the better ones
and
for
hockey,
sure.
You could make some kind of motion to where it would feel like you're skating.
Not
you
even.
know?
You could just use thumbsticks. I mean, like just for the motion and everything. Like, I would like to see a hockey game. That'd be dope.
You could beat each other up.
Yes. Holy shit, we could do so much with a hockey VR game.
So I played that, and then I played Aspire 1. I've been going through my old VR games on the Quest 2 just to see
if they look different.
If any of them look different. A lot of them look the same, but a lot of them have gotten Quest 2 patches.
Yeah.
And the ones that I've noticed are like the most upgraded are Red Matter and Aspire 1 VR Operative. Like on the original Quest, Aspire 1 was like okay, On Quest 2, it looks fantastic. Like, it looks really, really good. Like, they've used the power to, upgrade the textures of, almost everything in the game. Everything looks shinier and glossier. All the enemies fall down in a more realistic way. Like, it just is, overall, you can really tell how much power they were skimping out on the original Quest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's running at a higher frame rate now. It just feels smoother and shit all around. So I played a little bit of that, and then, of course, Mass Effect came out. I haven't had much time to, play Mass Effect because I've been working so much, but I played a little bit of it earlier today, and I'm going to play them all in order. I'm on the Citadel of the first game right now, and it's with the first game particularly, I played, Mass Effect 2 and 3, 1 or 2 times each, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've played Mass Effect 1, 10 times. I'm at the point where I come to events in the game, and I'm quoting it as it's happening and shit, It's I know
what Disney movie.
Yeah, it's I've played this game so many times, but it's also really cool to go through and see all these things I've seen 100 fucking times with cool bloom effects and lighting
super
and
updated,
stuff. Yeah, it's really nice. It's almost like a heartwarming experience, and I'm excited to go through Mass Effect 2 and 3 again because I've forgotten a lot of the main plot points of 2 and 3. 1, I'm I just know it, but I gotta do them in order so my decisions transfer from 1 to 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm excited about it. I'll have more feedback on the Mass Effect remastered trilogy next week. Anyways,
cool.
What about you guys?
I actually played a good bit of different things. Also 2 weeks, but no, I took a 2-week hiatus from Call of Duty.
Nice.
Yeah. And
wow.
I was getting stressed out, and I kind of if I play a game for a very long time, the same game over and over, I'll get into a rut, and I just need a break from it.
Yeah.
Because I'll just keep doing worse and worse and worse, and it got to that point. So I took a big break, and I played a game that I've been meaning to play for years now, and got absolutely addicted to it immediately, Terraria.
Terraria.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a great game.
I've been meaning to play it for a long time. I've
Super
always
fun.
known about
It
it.
just had its 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, I've been meaning to give it a shot, and I gave it a shot, and I loved it. I dropped like, I think 17 hours into it
I
within
like
like
it
a
a
couple
lot.
days.
I find it more relaxing than like Minecraft or something. I don't know why.
I just like with me, like Minecraft's cool, but with Terraria, there's just so much more of a explorative fantasy like type to it, like RPG-ish.
Yeah.
Because you can find a bunch of different monsters, like but items that do specific things, and then you can get different kind of craft, which you can get crafting stations and stuff in Minecraft too. But I feel like there's a lot more of a story element to it.
Yeah.
But this is also coming. I haven't put a lot of time into Minecraft. But yeah, so Terraria, fucking loved it.
Good game.
I finally got my hands on a PlayStation 5.
What?
Yeah,
How'd you do that?
My buddy's got a PlayStation 5, and he had Returnal, and I got to play Returnal.
Oh, you just got to play on one. I thought you bought one.
one. I was
no,
like,
no,
fucking A,
fuck
bro.
no,
It's
I'm
like,
not getting a PlayStation 5.
should have bought
Wars.
two. I'll buy the other one for fucking. You can scout me, dude. I don't care.
No. I got my hands on, like, I actually got to play. The haptic feedback triggers are dope.
Is it cool?
Yeah, in Returnal, like, so Returnal did something pretty cool. So you have a primary weapon, and then you have they call it like an alternate weapon, basically a secondary, but you aim with a halfway trigger pull, and then you come to a resistance. And then if you pull it all the way through, it shoots the alternate gun.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that was something interesting. The gunshots and everything, they all felt different with the
trigger?
with the trigger feedback and everything.
Interesting. I heard it like does like rain and stuff when it's like raining in the game.
Yeah,
you,
like
feel it in the
little
controller.
like subtle drops on the controller. Like the vibration and everything is very locational on the controller.
That's really cool.
It felt really cool. I liked the trigger haptic feedback a lot more than I thought I would.
What do you think about Returnal as a game?
Shit's dope, but shit's fucking hard too.
That's what I've heard.
It was just the first act, second act, first act. I'm not sure. He was still very, very early in the game. He'd just gotten it, and he let me play around, and we like just nonchalantly got to the final boss, but we didn't have shit for health, and got one tapped. But but it looks gorgeous. Like the graphics are really good looking. There's so much fucking going on at once, just like you've seen in the videos and everything. It's super fast paced. You got to stay moving, got to stay jumping around.
It's
There's
interesting.
different moves and stuff to get through like a certain type of attack. And then you just got to kind of dodge around the other ones, keep moving, shooting, change enemies and stuff. There's like a grapple hook system, bunch of stuff. Yeah,
It's weird that PS5 has like only like a handful of exclusive games right now, and two of them are like ultra hard, like fucking just like really really difficult games. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
like
he told me
Demon's
that-
Souls and Returnal.
so there's different
Yeah.
biomes and stuff, and then there's different acts in each biome. And if he gets through this act into the next biome, if he dies, he gets sent back to he
Yeah,
gets
the
sent
first
back.
act. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It's
and-
them roguelike.
and getting through an act and everything is no light task. Like
Yeah, I've
and
heard
getting,
it's
getting
really
through
hard.
a biome too. Like it's
That's
ridiculous.
why I can never beat games like that. Like I'll play them for a while and then I just get annoyed. Like if you get super far, like in what's that game called that I was playing for a while on the Switch, man? I can't even remember.
Cuphead.
No, Cuphead's different. That's not like that. Like you die in Cuphead and you can go right back into that same level.
Dead Cells.
Dead Cells.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I got so far in Dead Cells one time and then like died, and I was just like, fuck this, like because like getting to the
Yeah.
third like part of it, and dying and restarting wasn't that bad. But as soon as I got to like basically the end and I was like right there, and like it took everything for me to get there, and then I just die and it's like, well, restart. I was like, no, fuck this. Like I'm done. I'm done.
Dude,
yeah,
I
I'm
hate
right there
that
with
shit.
you. It's just such a big such a task at that
Yeah.
point.
That's why I can stand games like Jedi Fallen Order and Sekiro and shit, because it's like at least it doesn't knock you too far back when
No.
you die. It's
No.
like you're gonna die 100 million times, but like
You're right there.
you can try it over and over again. Like you might have to like jump over a wall or two to get where you were, but like it's not that bad.
And
You know what I mean? Like
The boss that we got to was fucking ridiculous.
oh, I can
Like
only
he
imagine.
was playing some giant ass fucking piano and then turned around and was like sending out huge just walls of these like ball, like sphere things, and then every now and then he'd send a whole beam across the fucking map. Like,
Damn.
it was constantly hopping up and down, shooting him, and then you had to phase through his beam.
I don't want to try this.
It's a lot of fun, but just the fact that there's no checkpoints and everything.
It just
would
sounds
piss
like
me
Bop
off.
It, but the game. Like, you know, like, twist it. Like,
So yeah, and then I tried a little bit of Astro's
Playroom.
Yeah, Astro's Playroom, and did like the controller demo.
I heard that was
So,
cool.
Yeah, it was neat. And then Just Cause 4 just got added to Game Pass.
Oh, cool. Cool.
I'm not going to talk anything about that because it's on my list for the topic. So Destiny 2, their most recent expansion went on sale, so I picked that up and returned to Destiny after a very long hiatus.
Ooh.
And I used to be a very hardcore D1 player. I tried to get into D2 for a little bit.
Are you on PC with Destiny?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I might jump on there with you. I don't have it, but I've thought about getting it. I was just like, I don't know if I want to play this without friends. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm definitely not, it's 33% off right now, so it's only like $32 or something.
and if I buy that, I get all the content
you
that's
get
out right now
well,
because like I don't want to buy a bunch of different.
Isn't the bottom part of it free to play or something now?
yeah. So I'm not exactly sure how that
I know,
works.
yeah,
I
it
know
is free. The base game is free to play.
Well,
but
yeah,
it's
but I
like-
don't know where the DLC cutoff is on that because there is a DLC cutoff, and I know for sure the Beyond Light isn't available as the free, and I think the 2 DLCs before it aren't either.
Yeah, but my question is like, if I buy the newest one, the Beyond Light or whatever, does it include the previous DLC?
No.
Probably not, but you can still get to.
There
the
has to be
same
some
places.
sort of ultimate edition that I can buy
There-
because I want to
yeah.
get everything. I don't want
There
to just
is.
have some like fucking.
It's gonna be
you know,
expensive
I don't
as
want
hell,
half
though.
the game.
It's
you
all
know what I
well, no,
mean?
the ultimate is only like $60, but I didn't care
okay.
for the one before Beyond Light. It got terrible fucking reviews, so I just did the $30.
I'm one of those people that just has to do like if I'm playing a game and I know that I'm missing like a chunk of it, it's gonna bother the fuck out of me, even if that part sucks. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Well, another thing, it's outdated now. I mean, you're not going to get any gear that you can use towards current end game. Like,
yeah,
when
I
you get to
know,
that
but
point.
I still
Yeah.
want to go through the story,
So-
even if it sucks.
The Beyond Light is pretty interesting so far. You get a new ability. So now it's not just electric, fire, and void. Now you have stasis,
Oh,
which is
cool.
the darkness, but it's basically just ice. Like, it's pretty much what it is. But having fun with that.
Makes
I put a couple
sense.
hours into that the other day. I booted up GTA Online for the hell of it,
Oh,
just
nice.
on my PC because on my new PC I hadn't played Grand Theft Auto yet, and I put everything at ultra settings 4K.
Ooh, tank your shit.
No,
really?
not even close.
Oh,
it was
wow.
only like 4,000 megabytes out of my card.
Really?
Yeah, at ultra settings on every single thing.
That game's so old. That's why.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and it
Grand
looked,
Theft Auto 5 for some reason on mine, like if I max out the settings, it takes up like 8 gigabytes of VRAM or some shit, and like
nah,
fucking.
my VRAM was only at like 46 or.
There must be some setting I have
Yeah.
that you don't have that doesn't make any sense. Like is there a texture pack you haven't downloaded or something? Like
No, and I put textures at max settings. I have everything downloaded up to date.
that's weird.
Yeah, I put it at ultra settings on everything, and it looks really good. And it was smooth as hell.
Good old Grand Theft Auto, man. It's always a
Yeah,
good time.
It was good, and I was able to transfer my online account from PlayStation 2.
Oh,
so I
that's
had my
cool.
GTA
Yeah, it's
all
all
my GTA
It's
Online
all
shit.
connected to the Rockstar fucking thing.
Yep. So that was cool. I enjoyed seeing a very crispy version of GTA Online. And then I downloaded I got the Falador map for Blade and Sorcery. Talking about RuneScape in VR.
Nice.
And played around that. It is a 1-to-1 scale of Falador. It is extremely accurate. Even the party, if you don't know RuneScape.
I don't know
that well.
RuneScape.
No,
no.
Nah, everything is very, very accurate. And it was a trip down memory lane. And then being able to just walk through it in VR was super dope.
It's very accurate. Everything's made in paint. It all it's like,
Yeah, I mean it's still in the basic like blockiness of it, but
that's awesome.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, I didn't really play anything. I played, Call of Duty.
Damn it, Jamal.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna play Resident Evil though, so like the next week I should be able to talk about a game for once. I just I'm a Warzone guy, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just a Warzone guy.
Doesn't show.
All right, Jamal. Look,
Whatever. I've almost finally reached my 1 KD. Like,
Jamal, I need you to listen to me, dude.
okay, what's up?
If you, I'm gonna go home this week and I'm gonna watch Invincible. Okay.
So I gotta play Resident
You gotta
Evil.
play
listen,
a different game.
if I get here and you haven't played a video game, I'm gonna take one of those Men in Black fucking flasher things, and I'm gonna just
Forget
flash
Invincible.
Invincible away from my brain.
I wish I could, so I could rewatch it.
or Flash Warzone away from his.
Oh shit!
Oh.
No, that might be bad because then I'll find it again and then I'll be like, dude, this is
Have you played this
amazing.
game?
Yeah, I'll restart. Yeah, no, I'm excited for Mario for Mario Golf. Like, I want that. I'm definitely gonna play the shit out of that. And then like I'm just a very specific gamer. Like, I only like certain things. Like, certain things draw my attention. You know what I'm saying? But like, we'll talk about it. In the topic of the show, which today's topic of the show is the best games on Game Pass as of 05/19/21. That is May 19th, 2021. So
Guys, I have to have a disclaimer here. I made this list running on like 3 hours of sleep last night while I was in the middle of a shift at work. So it's probably not the most awesome fucking list I've ever made. So just, disclaimer made here. Same
Also-
with my trivia challenge.
so this is not a disclaimer, but we've already done a best games on Game Pass episode before, but it wasn't the same as this one's gonna be. We're gonna update our best games on Game Pass like every 6 months or so,
Yeah,
like
this is
just
gonna be
to
a
keep people
regular
updated.
thing.
Yeah. So this is as of now. So who wants to go first?
Fuck it, I'll go first.
Yeah, just name a game. Name a
So
game.
I mean, with all the EA stuff, Battlefield 4.
Nice.
I found myself
nice.
playing that a couple times.
I find a lot of the stuff on my list comes from the EA merger. I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of great
yeah,
shit.
there was a
got
lot of good
added
shit.
on
There was,
because
honestly.
of that.
I'm
But
hoping
Battlefield 4 was a great game.
It was
Hell
a
yeah.
great game.
And it still holds up, too. It
And
still-
you have
it
the
still
whole
looks good.
Battlefield series. I mean, like,
Yeah.
a Battlefield 4 is awesome, but, like, if you can have the whole Battlefield experience on
Yeah, you
Game
can play
Pass,
Hardline. Ooh.
Yeah.
You could have it all.
Fuck that game.
Fuck Hardline.
It's so bad.
All right, Brent, what you got? Give me something.
Okay, I'll start off a little small. Mine are not in any particular order,
Neither.
but one is UFC 3, EA
Nice.
Sports UFC 3.
Oh, they added UFC on there?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
well,
wait,
it's only
on-
on console.
Yeah,
Sorry.
all of mine are going to be from PC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, EA Sports UFC 3 is arguably mechanics-wise, and this is going to be controversial, but I think it might be better than 4. Like, it's got a lot going for it. It's slower feeling than 4, but, like, I don't know, it's just good. Like, everything about it is, like, it's just one of my favorite games of all time. And, like, it's totally free on Game Pass if you have Game Pass.
You're going to have all those UFC guys that yell at you in the comments coming after you on the podcast now.
Right.
You don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Don't get me wrong, I'd rather play UFC 4 just because the roster's updated, but if you don't mind playing with like older fighters and stuff, the game itself is still excellent. You know what I mean? And there's not any modern like boxing games or like Fight Night. Fight Night's on there too, by the way. I didn't put it on my list, but Fight Night Champions, if you like combat sports video games,
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass.
So I'm gonna
Bitch.
start with a smaller game, a title that I feel like no one's gonna mention, Celeste. That game is perfect for like if you want something that's challenging but also just like a chill vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like you just want to sit back and have like a cool story and like just a straight up dope 2D platformer. I wouldn't call it a roguelite. Like there's like parts where it gets so difficult that you just get super frustrated, but it always makes it to where you just reappear right where you messed up, so like it's never too hard. Like you'll finish it no matter what, but it's an awesome game. And I feel like it doesn't get enough credit. So if you want something good, check out Celeste.
Love that. I haven't even played Celeste. That's one of those that's been on my list, my like things to do list for a long, long time, and I just haven't gotten to it yet.
It's so fun. Like also, especially if you like platformers like that. Like I just love Donkey Kong Country and games like that, and I feel like this is just like the modern day version of what something like that would feel like.
Damn.
Just harder. A lot harder. Anyways,
Is it back to me or is
It's
it
Devon.
Okay.
Devon.
Oh shit. Okay.
Devon Dreas.
Devon Dreas.
Devon. Fuck both. No. I got Control. Control. I put a couple hours into Control.
Control is
and
dope.
I need to return to it and finish it. But it, I tried to melt my computer a couple times.
It
before
won't do it.
I had to turn it down to 2K. I couldn't
it'll get
could
you.
not handle on 4K at all.
It'll get you.
But very cool game. A very interesting angle. A fresh idea. I think
Kind of creepy at times.
It's like government experiments and shit with mind control, telekinesis powers and shit.
Kind of reminds me of
universe
X-Files, just like the whole vibe. I don't know why.
It's got X-Files vibes.
It's dope.
It's in the same world as Alan Wake too. So if you're an Alan Wake fan, they kind of tie together. So.
Okay, Brent.
Oh, speaking of which, Alan Wake is on there too. Actually, I think they're taking Alan Wake off.
Yeah,
soon.
I think it left today or
that's a
yesterday.
shame. So sorry,
Too bad.
all you Alan Wake fans. My next one I'll mention will be Psychonauts. This is an older game, so I feel like a lot of people probably haven't played it. But if you like 3D platformers, this is like the pinnacle of 3D platforming. It's got all kinds of cool psychic powers you learn, and the story's interesting and funny. All in all, Psychonauts is just a great game, and I feel like everybody should play it before Psychonauts 2 comes out, because that's also going to come to Game Pass and be dope as fuck.
Yeah, I feel like Psychonauts is it came out at the peak of 3D platforming, back on the OG Xbox, right whenever, it was probably the last great 3D platformer.
It really holds up well, compared to other games from that era.
Yeah. For sure.
I played it very briefly back in the day, but I don't remember a whole lot from it.
You should give it a spin one day soon. I think you'd like it. I feel like most people will like it if you get far enough into it,
That saying, that euphemism, give it a spin, no longer means anything. In today's days, whenever you said that, I just felt my age. It was like, damn, we don't spin shit anymore. We don't spin CDs. We don't spin games. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
You just download it. You should download that. That's lame. We got to come up with the thing for what do you say instead of spin it? You know what I'm saying? You need to give it a spin. We got to figure whatever that out.
Why can't it just stay the same, Jamal?
Yeah.
I don't like change.
Yeah, why you got to change
I hate
everything?
change.
I don't do well with change.
No, I just it hit me as soon as you said it, and I was like, what does that mean? I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm going to start going through an early midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Google me.
Kind of bumming me out here.
It's all right. I'm only on my third one. No, but
yeah, no, good point though. Fuck.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. GameSpeak will come up with the new thing. My next game
Trendsetters.
is Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is a banger. There's no doubt about it. This game is a solid, in my opinion, 10. It's a 10 out of 10. If you,
I don't know if I go that far, but it's really, really good.
Did you beat Eternal?
Yes.
Okay. But I think the reason why I liked it so much is because of how much time I spent in it, and I just had so much fun.
Did you do a legendary run through?
Yeah, I did Nightmare mode.
I didn't do Nightmare mode, but I definitely played through the game.
It gets to a point to where you feel like you're just ice skating. You're just you learn the
patterns.
The patterns, to constantly be moving, kind of like Returnal. He was talking about, you want to always be moving and shit.
Yeah.
Getting stuff done. It's just so good. It's such a fun game. But yeah, if you want a first-person shooter that kind of plays like Returnal in a way, and that you got to get patterns down for certain enemies and stuff like that, that's the one. That's the one. Anyways,
so,
Devon.
No, it's me. So Just Cause 4, which it just got added this past weekend, and that is the most ridiculously physics-breaking fun game that I've played in a good minute. It
Just Cause is one of those games to me that's fun for a little bit, and then I just kind of get tired of it really fast. You know what I mean? Something about it just almost feels hollow to me.
it's a little repetitive.
It's to me it feels like third-person Far Cry, with the setting is a third-person Far Cry, but then the gameplay is a mix between Grand Theft Auto and
Crackdown.
Yeah, so it's they're just here, give him a hook shot, let him be able to hook shit together and fly through the air.
Honestly, the best part of the game.
I feel like a lot of that development and the ideas that came up for that game was preceded by all right, are you following me?
Yeah, definitely. It's like, wait. What if the hook shot wasn't just a hook shot? It connects. It connects objects.
The best part about Far Cry 4, or not Far Cry, you got me calling it Just Cause 4, is the dynamic weather. I like the hurricanes and shit that'll blow through randomly.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of interesting.
I love the grapple gun, man.
Yeah.
Attaching somebody to like a spinning object and watching.
The balloon gun is kind of fun too, where you can
And there's a lot of Easter eggs in that game. Like if you go looking, like there's like you'll find like a building size rubber ducky like floating out in the water and shit. Like there's just a bunch of crazy shit in that game that I've seen. But anyways, Brent.
Okay, I guess my next one will be Outlast 2.
That's on my list as well.
Yeah.
Outlast 2.
Me and JAMAL actually played through it together. You guys can watch.
That was like our first like thing that we did for GameSpeak.
It's on the channel. You guys can watch it if you want. But Outlast 2 is scary as hell, man. You know, is Outlast 1 on there?
Yes, it is.
It is.
I think.
Okay.
Or no, it might not be.
I don't think it is. I would have put it on my list, but I couldn't find it on any of it. But
I half-assed looked, but it doesn't make any sense why it isn't though.
I think it used to be, and then they got Outlast 2 and got rid of Outlast 1.
I prefer the first Outlast, but I still really enjoy Outlast 2. Both of the Outlast games are phenomenal.
As far as which scared me more, definitely 1.
There's no Marta in Outlast 1. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, dude,
Marta's creepy.
Chris, the fucking big little piggy guy, is terrifying in the first game.
That's true.
And
big little piggy guy.
Dude, and then like one of my like irrational fears has to deal with asylums and getting like locked up in one against my will. And so like going through a haunted asylum,
the dude who like puts you in the wheelchair and like has the big scissors is real scary too. That guy, it was just freaky as hell.
Outlast is just a good. I can't wait for the fucking third one.
Trials.
Get that? It's supposed like everyone's saying it's gonna be multiplayer and this is gonna be weird.
I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that.
We get to suffer together, guys.
Will it make it less scary though? I don't know. Like it's gonna be strange.
What if they do like some Saw scenarios though? Like you gotta fuck over the other player to get through this one part.
It wouldn't be scary though.
Like mental shit.
There's a way you could make it scary.
They're gonna find a way. I got what is it? Red Barrel?
Yeah, Red Barrel.
Or Red Baron?
Red Barrel.
Red Barrel. Yeah, I've got faith in them.
Yeah, I'm down. Who's next? Devon.
Well, yeah, because that was your next one, huh? Destroy All Humans. That was a good little throwback.
That is a good one.
Very
I need
enjoyable.
To get on that.
Good little throwback. Very enjoyable.
I forgot that's on there. I was
need
looking
to play
at all
that.
the games
today.
today.
I still have Game Pass.
Yeah, for sure.
I played that one. It's the
the remastered.
Yeah, remastered.
Yeah, that game isn't it a remake though, or something? Like it looks completely different, like the art style, right?
If it's a remake, it's like 1-to-1. Like it's like the level scale is like exactly the same and everything.
Yeah, it's like it's like a graphics overhaul.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that's a classic. My next one is Second Extinction. I started playing that.
I forgot about that one too.
That game's fun.
What is
it's so
Second
much fun.
Extinction? I've never even heard of this.
So this was
the dinosaur game we were talking about. Yeah.
Wait,
I didn't. Oh, did I talk about that one the last episode I was here?
I don't know. Somebody did.
I talked
about
it.
Oh, I played it too. But I thought I talked about it last episode. Anyways,
it's pretty tight. It's just like a class-based. Like you choose the class that you want to be. Like you could have like a sniper, or you can be like walking around with a minigun. You just set the level settings, like difficulty settings. I mean, and then you go in and you're in this giant open world full of fucking dinosaurs, and you have to complete objectives and stuff in this world. It's fun.
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
And then you can go in as like a free roam and just like loot stuff and do different activities, or you can go in with a mission focus and go and complete a big objective. And there's like areas where the dinosaurs are like mutated and shit.
Yeah, they can teleport. They're electric dinosaur.
There's like 4 different kinds of raptors. Like one's like an electric type shit. There's another one that's has like a shield that it can put up in front of its face. And then there's fucking T-Rexes and shit.
Yeah, the big bosses are scary. Because they're so huge. Like the scaling is cool. Like
that sounds really fun.
And you've got to dude, it's honestly for what it is right now. It crashes a little bit here and there. Or I've had it crash.
It's in early access, right?
Yeah, it's early access. But it has the potential to be a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
I think if they had more
I'm gonna have to
big-ass
download this.
dinosaurs,
You should. It's fun. We should play because it's up to 3 people.
Ooh.
Yeah. So.
it's a lot of fun. I've had...
I'm down.
yeah.
Brent.
Oh, is it me?
Yep.
All right, let's see. I guess the next one I'll do is Resident Evil 7. I've got a lot of horror on here, I just realized.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and knock 2 of them out at once because I've got a lot of fucking games listed. Resident Evil 7 and The Evil Within.
Nice. Yeah, those are both great games.
Yeah, I feel like, you like horror, you got good pickings on there. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, those are 2 games that you can't skip over if you like horror.
Yeah, definitely.
I need to play Evil Within. I haven't played
Bro,
it yet.
Evil Within 1, that's another one where it's like Outlast 1 versus Outlast 2 for me. It's like Evil Within 1 was dramatically scarier to me than Evil Within 2.
I never tried 2, but I did
2
beat
was
1.
awesome. Dude, I'm not saying 2 wasn't good. 2 had a case of like Resident Evil 8 to me, where it was like the game itself was less scary. It still had scary moments, but like generally it was less scary, but it was just as fun.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. But I gotta say, Evil Within 1 has still got a place in my heart. It's got some weird, freaky moments and shit. I really like it. It's got Silent Hill kind of vibes,
For sure.
And Resident Evil
Old
4
Resident
vibes.
Evil.
Yeah.
It's made by the guy who made the old Resident Evil games.
Hell yeah.
Oh. All right, so Devon, that it?
So my last one, but this one's been on Game Pass for a long time. Will never leave. Forza Horizon. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's the one that I put the most time from Game Pass in.
I love that game.
Amazing game.
It's a gem.
Beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous graphics. Lots and lots of cars. They update it with like new cars, like the C8 Corvette's already in there and shit. Like,
You weren't here last week, but they're making the new Fable game in the Forza engine. Like, it's gonna be beautiful. Like,
wow.
they're gonna be like Transformers.
No. Just like
I know, yeah.
like the world. It's gonna be crazy. They're just cars.
Yeah.
Like
With swords and shit on the front.
Yeah. Lambo, like.
Okay, so my last one is Subnautica. Subnautica is a must play. Even if you don't really like survival games, like I think it's just something that's like something mysterious and beautiful about that game.
Yeah, I
And
really want to play
terrifying.
Below Zero really bad. And
Yeah,
I want to
same.
go through Subnautica in VR. I've only played it like normal, but I feel like it would be
Oh,
really
dude.
cool in VR.
I want to play it in VR for sure. Can you do that on a Quest 1? Can you
Yeah,
really?
totally.
Okay. Nice.
Totally. You just have to have a PC to hook it up to.
Oi. All right, so Brent, finish this off unless Devin had another one.
You got
No,
another?
no, that was yeah.
All right, so I got 2 more. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay.
Of course.
Definitely worth mentioning. Fucking awesome game.
It's a Demon Soul or not Demon Souls.
Soulsborne.
Like a Souls
Soulsborne.
yeah.
Type game.
It's a dope game. If you like Star Wars, if you like challenging yourself,
It's a very good looking game.
it's
too.
a very good looking game too. Yeah. And my other one are BioWare's games. They have like Jade Empire, the old Mass Effect games, fucking basically all of them. I think KOTOR might not be on there anymore, but it used to be.
No, I think it is.
No, it is? Yeah. So, like, BioWare's basically essential greatest hits collection is on fucking Game Pass. And they're all, like, amazing RPGs that I feel like everybody should play. Especially, like, Jade Empire. You know what I mean? So, definitely worth a check,
What happened, Devin?
We've got 2 tracks recording somehow.
Oh no, that's normal. That's very normal.
Okay.
You just like stop it. It's like, hey,
Wait,
no, let's just
freeze everything.
No, but yeah, the essentials of the BioWare are all up on Game Pass. It's so cool, especially if you're like a young kid who didn't grow up in the golden age of video games. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty sure KOTOR even got, like 4K upscaling and some random shit like that.
Yeah, a lot of them do have like upgrade, or at least up to like something like 1080 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely worth checking. But yeah, that's it for the topic of the show. We're gonna jump on over to the People's Champ. Did we get any questions?
I forgot to post about the questions.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry. It's
No.
been
It's
fucking
all right.
crazy week. I apologize.
That's on us too. I mean, we could
Yeah.
have posted
Yeah,
it.
I just forgot completely
I
today.
hadn't. I was busy at work and I didn't even look on social media to see if either one of y'all
That
posted
was
it.
totally I dropped the ball here.
Brent, if
There's
you
n-
had to lose 1 cent, what
so
would
I
it be?
guess. Oh my God. Okay, Devon's the people's champ. I think if I had to lose 1 cent, it would be smell.
Yeah, but that takes away taste as well.
Well, then I guess I'd lose taste.
Really? So you'd be willing to lose taste and smell?
Well, no, I mean like if I had to pick one of the two, I guess.
Oh,
I would
okay,
just
yeah.
if I'm gonna inadvertently
Yeah,
lose
because you could still
taste-
smell without
Yeah,
taste,
exactly.
but you can't taste without smell,
Yeah.
which is weird.
So I guess if I had to pick one of the two, I'll go with taste and get rid of taste, and then I can at least still smell stuff. Maybe I'll lose some weight because food will just be like a,
Just be
you know,
food.
it'll just be food. It won't
An
matter.
afterthought,
Yeah.
Jamal.
Oh man, that's tough. I guess definitely that sucks. Maybe the yeah, I'll go with the same as Brent. I'm sorry, there's really no other option
Well,
on this one.
Yeah, I mean, you
90%
can't hear.
of the
That would
t-
suck ass, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to lose your sight or like
Definitely
your
not.
your
Hearing
feeling.
or feeling,
Yeah,
yeah.
feeling. Well, yeah, feeling
No,
would suck.
no,
yeah,
yeah, what-
you get hurt or something and not realize it, you know?
Yeah.
Or, you know, other. I wasn't going towards hurt. I was going towards other things with feeling, but.
oh, you
yeah.
guys feel? No, I'm just kidding. Just
No, I was gonna say smell because 90% of the time my like allergies have me stopped up anyways, and I can't smell anyways, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't be that big of a loss.
gotcha.
Mouth
real.
breather, you know.
All right, thanks for the listener questions, guys. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're gonna wrap up the show with Brent's.
Trivia challenge, which I also kind of fucked up. Now that I'm looking at it,
Oh no.
well, I was like half asleep when I wrote this, and like one of my questions that I wrote out was just, what popular children's toy was originally used? There's no end to the question.
Do you know the answer though?
Well, I know the answer,
Then
but
you
I
could
don't know
just
the
make the
rest of the
question.
question.
You could
I don't remember what it was
Well,
used
just
for.
like just make so you know what the thing is.
what was it? What do you think it was used for?
Oh, you don't remember.
I don't remember
It's
what it
probably
was
some
used
odd-
for.
Yeah, it's probably some.
It was
odd
some
thing.
odd trivial fact.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
the answer
I thought
is-
you just couldn't think of a way to ask it as a
The
question.
Etch a
answer is
sketch.
Play-Doh.
Ah,
So, in case you were
That's-
wondering, Play-Doh used to be used for something completely different.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Something like it was a cleaning thing.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to like scrub
Yeah,
stuff with
yeah,
it or something.
Well, get it out of crevices. Grab,
Yeah,
grab,
something
yeah,
like
I
that.
saw it, yeah.
Anyways, but here's the question that didn't get fucked up. How long does a cicada live underground?
It's like 15 to 17 years.
Whoa, he got it! It's 17 years.
wow, that was
Fucking
good.
killed
Good
it.
to hear.
Wow.
Now
Sorry.
I know
I'm
to never.
Smart bastard.
Wait, so the
Well-
bugs themselves live up
Un-
to 17 years?
No, they stay underground for
Underground.
17 years, and then they emerge for like a day or a couple days at most, and then die. They reproduce above ground. They lay their eggs in the ground. Those eggs turn into larvae or whatever and live in the ground for 17 years. We're actually having a huge, like hatching or
What do they do under there? Just chill?
emergence. We're gonna have like a huge emergence this summer apparently.
Wait,
There's
but
been a bunch that are underground coming up this year.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we get to listen to that.
that's like
fucking
it's like
sound.
why do they do that? That's my question. It's like
Because
what
they're
is,
so busy fucking, dude. You
is,
know?
is
They
that
can-
wait for 17 years?
No, they come up after 17 years and they fuck like crazy for a day. That's what he was just
Yeah,
saying.
no,
right?
they stay
okay,
under.
okay.
Their whole life is underground, 17 years.
But what do
and
they
then
do under there? What are they doing?
They chilling.
Like
Yeah.
just in one. Hold on, I'm imagining like in one spot. Like he's just there.
No,
like,
yeah.
Or is
Yeah.
it like they move around and they have
Nah.
little tunnels?
Nah, they're
and-
just hanging
they're,
out.
They're just there. They're in like, so you see those little beetle things that crawl up and then, you know, they come out of the shells before they're like the annoying ass cicadas.
yeah.
Apparently they're just chilling in the ground.
Wow. What an existence, boys. To-
17 years
17
straight
years
chilling.
just straight vibing,
Hell
bro.
yeah, dude.
And then they come out and they're fucking vibing. You know,
Yeah,
they
they
make those
come out-
noises and they're just like, like just doing their shit.
The cicadas are definitely a vibe.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, whoa, no. I'm sorry. I was completely wrong in that. Cicadas are active underground, tunneling and feeding.
Oh,
See,
not
that's what I was
sleeping or
saying.
hibernating as commonly thought. It was a
You
common
just changed my whole life.
It was
So
a common. Well, I learned
So
something new,
beneath
too.
us now, there's a bunch of
network
cicadas. Yeah, a
of
network of
There's like,
cicadas.
well, the crazy thing is that it's an insect that lives that fucking long.
Yeah, that most like flies live like what, like a week maybe.
Okay,
tops?
but it says
what's it eat though?
it says 2 to 17 years.
Oh, so
So
like
after the long 2 to 17 years, cicadas emerge from the ground as nymphs. And then become nymphos.
So they turn into nymphos.
man, science is crazy.
Damn, science, you crazy.
All right.
Well, anyways, guys, remember
Watching GameSpeak podcast.
you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want to us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on youtube.com/createforsanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle @JofferJamel, Brent at Brent Has One, and Devon at Devondrius.
Oh my god.
And check out the GameSpeak Podcast